your show now, press 1. To hear important instructions.
Since it appears you're calling back into a live show, we are reconnecting you now. Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Nobody take no cornbread from me.
Testing 1, 2. Volume is ready. All right. Blog Talk Radio. Blog Talk Radio. What's up, people? How you doing? My name is Tim Black. Welcome to the Tim Black Show. All right, guys. We're good. Let me go make sure you're ready for the show. Tonight is Freedom Friday, whether you're on Facebook, YouTube, or Periscope. And the call-in number is on the screen. There we go. Let's go see if we got some people on YouTube. YouTube people, you ready? What's up, Bob, for the kids and Lee Cox? Painless. What's up, Painless and Viking Tees? Tanya, Bob, Brian, Brad, New Doughboy, NBW Doughboy, Aurora, Tatiana, Latinos, my Latinx against Trump, Latinos against Trump. What's wrong with Trump? We know what's wrong with him. Kelly, what's up, Kelly? Education for potatoes. Potatoes. Make of things the squad plus one. Allegedly Brown. Allison Allen. What's up, people? Hey, Tanya A. There you go. Freedom Friday. Freedom Friday. Charles, what's up? Dina. Look out. Look out. And Rebecca Harvey. People on Facebook, are you in the house? Alicia, whoop, 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 whoop. Facebook, you in the house? We got Facebook people, Anita, Margarita, Silver Potts, Uli, the notorious Uli. Lisa, what's up, Lisa? Hey, Leanne, what's up? What's cooking? Rose Wade, Ryder, Rebecca Lane, AJ. AJ's in the house. Ginger, Steve, Uli, Bonnie, Dana. I like this. Put them all in line. Chase. I get Steve, Bonnie, Conley, Anderson, or Conley. Paul Brown, Lena Dale, Anita, Hunter. Hey, look at this, man. Everyone, look, we got so many friends out here. Like, friends of friends, right? What's up, Jane? Dayton Buchanan, Rebecca Garza, and Erica Fritz. Robbie Hooks. We're looking good, people. We're looking good. We're looking alive. We're looking alive. I'm going to tell you guys, I'm ready to make this night a special night. You know, I'm ready to make it a special night on the phone lines and give people an opportunity to get their stuff off their chest. Off your chest. Get it off your chest. Say it with your chest, Wolfpack. Man, I tell you, man, I had to block somebody in my YouTube section. What a moron. You know, I've just come to the conclusion that I can't take a lot of... I should not take people seriously. You know what I mean? Just don't take them seriously. Then you won't be pissed off. Not offended. I was pissed off. You know, I had on my blue suit the other night, and I chose not to take my no Joe button off my black blazer and put it on my blue blazer because I like to coordinate. And because I didn't wear my no Joe button with my blue suit, my no Joe black and red button and white button with my blue suit, he said, well, see, Tim, he's supporting Joe Biden. You see, he got rid of his button. And not only did he say that, 5 people liked this comment. 5. I blocked him. I should have blocked everybody that liked the comment. I should have just blocked their asses. I know for a fact that piece of garbage, he is a piece of garbage, Johnson. I know for a fact that he watches other channels like The Rising or other people, you know. Let me not name names. Let me stop naming names. It gets me in too much trouble. Not always talking about the same people. Some people just assume I am. But I'm going to stop. I'm not talking about anybody. He watches other content creators who don't have no Joe buttons, who never wore no Joe buttons, and he doesn't accuse them of supporting Joe Biden. But the one person who actually took time to make a no Joe design, you see how elaborate it is? You know how long it took for me to make this design, Johnson? That's the guy you accuse of being a Joe Biden supporter. The one person in independent media who took the time to shit on Joe Biden appropriately. This is what I deal with all the time. If it's not that, I'm marginalized, shunned, dismissed. It's horrible. But you know what, guys? I have something that a lot of others don't have. I got you, babe. Well, what's left of you? I mean, some of you left. Some of you. Yeesh. Some of you are like trying to find milk in a pandemic, man. I can't count on you. Some of you are left. Woo! Well, I got to choose between. I had to make a decision. Okay. But yeah, I'm here to report, guys, that things are crazy. They are. So look, Freedom Friday. You call the number. You talk three minutes or so, because like our phone lines were filling up. We'll see how they do tonight. Maybe they'll be full. I don't know. I really don't know. I can't base my happiness on YouTube because YouTube, YouTube is notoriously bad with me. They don't like this channel. Guys, haven't you figured it out yet? Haven't you come to the same conclusion? I mean, look at it around here. Just look at it. It's horrific what they do to this channel. They have treated this channel so horribly in their algorithms. They do everything they can. Only reason why I'm still around is that I'm stubborn as hell. I should be gone. There are people like, it's ridiculous, guys. But I'm hard-headed, I'm stubborn. You know what I probably should do? I should fight harder. Yeah, I should fight harder. I should call them names and spit and yell. That'll do it. That'll change it. The only reason why you're not doing better in that algorithm, Tim Black, you have 140,000 subscribers and they sent your last video out to 3,000 people. Yeah, Tim, the only reason why you're not doing better is because you're not fighting hard enough, man. Yeah, you're not fighting hard enough. You need to fight harder. Well, how would you suggest I fight? Just fight. Well, I was looking back at Tim's channel. If he would just, the problem with him, the problem I see is he's just not, exuding enough. He's not exuding enough, enough vigor, enough vitriol, enough anger. He's not harnessing the anger enough. He's not using it in ways that I would think that he could use it. I mean, that's what I would do. That's what I would do. So look, Joe Biden wants your vote. Joe Biden wants your vote. He's almost prepared to, have like lies, overtures. Like Joe Biden said, if you Bernie Sanders supporters will get off your high horses, stop relying on your ethics, stop worrying about policy so much, maybe he'll let you lick the utensils after he's finished eating. He'll let you lick the plate. If you act right, Maybe if you act right, he'll let you, dumpster dive with what remains. Maybe throw your bone, a half-eaten cheeseburger or something. Something to keep your spirits up, just enough for you to have enough energy to walk your ass down to the polls during the pandemic and vote for him. Yeah. Oh, Joe Biden is willing. Joe Biden wants your vote. He's willing to almost offer you fake praise. Yeah, his words like committed and dedicated and, hopeful. Yeah. I don't trust Joe Biden. I don't know what else I got to do. A billboard maybe for you. This background should just say, no, Joe. And I was doing this before it was just Joe, like before Super Tuesday. Like I've been doing this for months while they were doing their thing or whatever they've been doing, bashing Bernie or saying what he should do. I was saying no, Joe. And I'm the one they accuse of it. It's like people are really... I look at it like this. If they don't like you, they don't trust you. If they don't like you, they make up shit about you. If they don't like you, no matter what you say, no matter if it makes sense or not, Johnson, it doesn't matter. They're going to be against you. And that's how it is. And if they like you, you can do no wrong. You're going to do wrong, and you could be wrong and be wrong a lot, but they're not going to call any attention to it. Now they could pretend it didn't happen. Didn't happen. See, that's the reason why it's going to be very hard for Joe Biden to get progressives, because progressives don't like Joe Biden. You know what I mean? Like most of the people that like Joe Biden, they don't watch the internet. Yeah, they use the internet sometimes to go on Facebook and send their grandbaby a picture, but they don't really... they don't really use the internet. Like they don't use independent media, for instance. They don't use that because how could they? Because it's like they can't. Like they watch The View. You know what I'm saying? They watch The View, and Rachel Maddow or something. You know, that's what they do. I mean, I'm being honest with you. People say, how could this happen? Tim, how could it happen? How could it happen? Why did they support Joe Biden? Why, Tim? Why, Tim and Tim? Why, Tim? Because they don't watch independent media. It's hard to figure out. Any of the criticism you make about Joe, they never heard it. They never heard it. They never heard the truth. And they just know he worked with Obama. And no one was saying bad stuff about him other than sometimes he misspeaks. And they think all of that stuff you're talking about, him being slow and him, being past it, they think that's just like him. He's always said the wrong things. They're actually accusing you of ageism now. Yeah. That's what they think. They think you're mean and you are discriminating against older people, against seniors. Yeah, they see no validity in any of your claims. Because they don't use the internets, Johnson. So anyway, Joe Biden wants your vote very badly, and he's prepared to do something he wouldn't normally do, which is kind of like promise stuff. Like usually he just tell you, get out, fat. Go vote for, he would normally say go vote for the other guy. But he's decided that that's probably not a good idea to keep saying that. So now he's saying, you know what, he's going to go another way. Now he's going to just lie. He's going to promise you stuff he has no intentions of ever doing. Because he already, was like, hey, why not? Obama did it. So that's the first thing. The second thing is, it came out this week that, by the way, let me also slide in. I love how people love Noam Chomsky. They love Noam Chomsky. They respect Noam Chomsky. They revere Noam Chomsky. They hold him up high. They make videos using him, using his phrases. And every so often they'll get 1 million views off of him. And they'll recite him until Noam Chomsky agrees with me instead of them. That's like weird, right? Because Noam Chomsky said Bernie's run wasn't a failure. It was a huge success. What'd you think he was going to do? Change the world by himself? He's done amazing. This is amazing what he's done. Now, I don't agree totally with Noam Chomsky because I don't think it's over. I think until they say, they drop the confetti on Biden and he's a nominee, until then, hell, even past then, until, election day, anything can happen. So I don't agree with him on that point, but it's just amazing. I just watched this. I'm like, wow, it's amazing. Noam Chomsky did an interview on Democracy Now! Where he said that this crazy. People love to knee-jerk and say Bernie was, a big failure or whatever, and that's not true. He don't see it that way at all. And I haven't seen them make videos about that part. They say, I'm crazy, my head's in the clouds, but Noam Chomsky and I are on the same page when I say Bernie, very successful, amazing, what he accomplished. I don't expect him to do it all. What are we going to do? Let's get involved, y'all. And then they say, well, So I just wanted to point that out. I said this earlier, yesterday. I don't know if you saw it yesterday. I said it. The number one podcast in the country. You know what that is? The number one podcast in the country is Joe Rogan's podcast, guys. And this guy, I got an announcement to make. The number one podcast in the country run by Joe Rogan, the Joe Rogan Experience, right? Ready? The most downloads, highly respected by the left and the right. He's a virtual political genius. Someone on Facebook was saying he should run for president because he is so intellectually curious. Man, that guy, Joe Rogan, you got it, the MMA commentarian, the comedian, the amazing comedian that he is, so funny. Joe Rogan didn't endorse me. Nah, he didn't endorse me. No. But he's endorsing everybody else. He didn't mention me. I'm really excited about it, man. I think it's going to be a lot for our show. It's really going to boost us in the ratings. His non-endorsement, his non-mention of this show. I think I'm going to go with Tim Dillon. Maybe Tim Dillon. I think he's an up-and-comer. Or Theo Vaughn. Or Ashley Larry. Or Godfrey. Maybe one of them will mention me. I mean, since we're taking, like, the opinions of comedians, Aziz Ansari. Aziz? Maybe I can get Aziz to mention me. Guy Torrey? I don't know. Corey Holcomb. Somebody. I mean, comedians are on the cutting edge of these things. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I consider myself a comedian sometimes, right? But you got to write jokes. I don't write jokes that often. Oh, no, but you know what? Here goes one. You live in a democracy, Johnson. Also, guys, the other thing I wanted to talk about. It turns out that Obama, he talked to Bernie Sanders on several occasions. And I got a feeling it wasn't to tell him to stay in the race. Yeah, I got a feeling that when Obama talked to him, it was more like, hey, Bern, Barack. Oh, what's up, man? Hey, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and, hey, Michelle, hold on a second. Talking to Bern. Hey, Barack, this is Barack, yeah, Bern, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and, I've been thinking. Why don't you go ahead and let Joe go ahead and get the nomination. Why don't you go ahead let Joe get the nomination. But no, seriously though, Barack Obama was talking to Bernie, and Bernie won't say exactly what was said, but like I said, I don't think it was to wish him, Merry Christmas. It's like, hey, whoa. Hey, listen here. Why don't you go ahead and drop out, Yep. Go ahead and suspend your campaign. If Joe falls down the flight of steps, we'll come back and get you. Yep. Yeah, hold on. I'll be right there. I'm still feeling the burn. All right? Listen. Burn. I know you got a revolution. I understand. Yeah, I get it. I have to ask you. Go ahead. I have to insist. Okay, Burn? Right? Because, Joe's got to win this thing. I know he'll probably lose in the end, but he's got to win right now. Because we got to raise money. Yep. Come on now. Come on, Burn. Bird, you like your kids, don't you? Yeah, grandbabies are great. Don't you love the kids? Would you like to see them grow up? Oh, no, I'm just being philosophical here with it. You like walking? You enjoy going for walks. That's all. Like going for walks. You want to keep being able to walk, Burn? That's all I want to know. What do you want to keep walking? I'm not saying that Obama threatened Bernie. He just dropped a couple hints. He told him remember the things that matter in life and to prioritize his golden years, the rest of his life. The rest of the time you got left, you don't want to spend it eating through a straw, staring at a ventilator. You want to, you can do real good work in the Senate. At this point, hey, look, guys, I've been as transparent as can be. I've only supported one candidate on this show. People didn't like it. They said I should have supported other people. I couldn't. My heart was only one place. I only got eyes for Bernie Sanders. I'm still Sanders. It's weird. It's like being a person of ethics and loyalty is a negative. What's the negative in this business? Everyone else is all over the place. Whatever's shiny, whatever's like cool for them, like whatever works, whatever brings the, the clicks of view. And I just stayed the same. And now, come back to Jamaica, baby. I feel like Dave Chappelle in the Rick James skit. Give it to me, baby. Give me corduroys. So, hey, to a fault, I'm loyal to a fault. But once you screw me over, Johnson, I go for the juggler. When you go for the juggler. So anyway, Bernie Sanders talked with Obama. I think The View should be banned from TV. I really think The View should be banned from TV. There's nothing to take away from that show. That show kills brain cells. You get a little dumber, you lose 100 brain cells easy just watching the credits, like the opening. When they walk out, now they don't walk out because of the quarantine, but it just makes you dumber and dumber, man. Woo! It's not good for people. And like most Americans are dumb already, then we watch The View too. Oh, God. It's like, it's accelerating stupidity. Like, you're like, who said it? Denzel Washington said, he said, if you watch the news, you're misinformed. So if you watch The View, you are misinformed. And if you don't watch The View, you are uninformed. And I think it's better to be uninformed instead of being informed to their misinformation. Feel me? Because they are horrible. Horrible. And this is, I was going to do clips tonight. I'm not going to do clips. You don't want to see a clip of Whoopi Goldberg saying something stupid. You really don't want it. It's Cindy McCain. Look, I'll just tell you this. She said something that was so stupid. She said, okay, first of all, I'm going to say something that the Bernie Bros are going to kind of roast me for, but I want you to know, Bernie Bros, I don't care if you roast me. I don't care. You didn't care. Why did you bring it up? Stupid. Yeah, I don't care if you don't like me. I know you don't like me. You're not going to like me, and I don't care if you don't like me. Yeah, well, see, when you don't care, you just ignore it. You don't say. It's like, you ordering a burger. I don't know, you ordering something to eat, and you tell people what you don't want. Tell me what you do want. That's the only thing you need to be mentioning. Oh, God, I'm not going to have the spaghetti. No, I'm not going to have spaghetti. This eggplant. I'm not going to have this eggplant either. Oh, God, no, I could never do that. No. Oh, risotto. Ugh. These are just suggestions on the menu. No one said you had to. Tell us what you do want. Sparkles? So the phone lines are going to open up, guys, because I got great callers, and, I need them. I'm still Sanders, so I got problems, I'm going through a molecular, like, first of all, I'm quarantined. All right? That's the first thing. I can't just go out and get a snow cone. I've never really liked snow cones, but now that I can't just go out and get one, it's kind of pissing me off. And then, like, I did a video where I talked about people catching the COVID-19 and how it was disproportionately affecting black people more, like 13%, or if you're 20% of the population, you're 40% of the cases, and then you're 70% of the dead. And the people were like, well, that's because black people don't listen to directions. Okay, it's racist as hell to say. I remember seeing all the kids at the beach. They were like 90% white. They weren't listening. You know that, right? So, like, poor people die first. And everything. Poor people die first. I think Sir Michael, I was on a podcast with Sir Michael. He said it best. He said, and I get credit where it's due. Sir Michael's a Republican, but he said it right. He was like, America's like a building, and the poor people live in the basement. And then you go up one flight, then it's the, lower class, then it's middle class, and then there's upper middle class, and then there's high class, and whatever, and then there's the 1%, they're in the penthouse. And when the flood comes, it's going to wipe out. It's going to disproportionately affect the people in the basement and on the first floor. And who's on the basement? Who's in the basement? Who's on the first floor? The poor people and the people who don't make much money. The people who are being forced to be sacrificed to get your freaking crackers off Amazon or whatever you order, right? So that's what's happening, guys. Now, he didn't say all that. I'm ad-libbing, okay? But he did have the analogy of the building, and I think that's a great analogy. So if it just so happens that poor black people, not rich black people, poor black people live in the basement. It's not that I wasn't trying to say that only black people can catch a disease. No, I wasn't. That's not my point. Damn it, that's what you took away? You thought I was saying black people going, disease be like, hey, I'm going to get somebody. The virus be like, yeah, I'm going to get some infectious body. I'm going to infect somebody. Ooh, there goes somebody black. There goes somebody white. There goes somebody Latino. There goes somebody Asian. There goes somebody Native American. Let me go over here and get this black guy. I like dark meat. No, that's not what I meant. What I meant was there's a lot of reasons. I said socioeconomic, money, status, living close to people. But you know what didn't help? It didn't help that there was this big-ass lie out there that said black people couldn't catch it, okay? That's horrible. And I was watching the clip, and I got to say this, guys. I was watching an interview. Chris Hayes does good work sometimes. And Chris Hayes was interviewing, he had Dr. Gupta, and he had Magic Johnson. No, Magic Johnson been living with AIDS for 30 years, right? And Magic Johnson was saying how back before he had AIDS, everybody told him that black people couldn't catch AIDS. That's how they get you. That's how they keep getting this with the trick. Somebody keeps telling black people you can't do it. Look, if you don't know black people watching the show, if you think you can't, anything bad, it can happen to you. I don't care what it is. All right? Let's clear that once and for all. Anything bad can happen to us. It's probably going to happen to us first because we are poor. We can't avoid it. We live too close to people. We got too many people. We live close. We live in little apartments, little apartment buildings, smashed together. White people live stretched out. Sometimes it's good to live stretched out. Pandemic be a good time. But sometimes it's bad. Run out of toilet tissue, no one around to get any. You could freeze in the winter and starve to death. No one to get a loaf of bread from, a chicken nugget or nothing, because you live in too far. Get snowed in and die because no one's around. There are ups and downs to it. Okay? But in a pandemic, it's probably not good to live in close proximity to people who don't understand the art of coughing in one's arm. And oh my God, guys, have you seen the video? The doctor's a good doctor out there. He's an amazing doctor. Where he shows what happens when you breathe, how much travels out of your mouth, like the droplets, the vape, the breathing. Man. And then if you cough, it's like, so that 6 feet, man, you need like 3 meters. You need to be 3 meters away from people. And if they sneeze, oh my God, you could take out a whole block. It's like 30 feet if you sneeze. And if it doesn't hit on somebody, it falls and lands on surfaces. And it'll stay alive on the surfaces. So you're walking the aisle after somebody's gone, and you'll think, okay, no one's here. And all the surfaces are covered in corona. COVID-19. I'm serious. Guys, this is dangerous stuff. Last thing I'll say before we go to the phone lines. The Surgeon General Jerome Adams, he seems like a good enough guy. Okay? I want to speak up for him. He tried to say, hey, black folks, stay your ass in the house because you're going to die first. He tried to say it, but he's not Tim Black. He won't just say, hey, get in the house, man, and stay away from people, and stop inviting people over. Tell them to leave it at the door. You'll get it later, okay? Instead, he tried to be cool and use slang words. Well, take care of your pop and your big mama and your abuelo, and, you know, he started trying to, and people were calling, it was trending on Twitter, Uncle Tom, right? I was like, who is Uncle Tom? They talking about the Surgeon General. Now, here's the thing. Remember earlier I said if people don't like you, you can't do nothing right. Everything you do is suspect. If they liked him, they'd have been like, oh, that's cool. Oh, I see what he's trying to say. He a trip, yo. He a trip. That's all right. He trying to be funny, you know what I'm saying? He kind of corny, but, you know, I respect that, you know. He trying to break it down, you know. He all right. But if they don't like you, they're like, oh, who is this mofo talking to? What you mean a big mama? I got a mother and a father, sir. And what do you mean no liquor and no cigarettes? White people smoke cigarettes. White people drink beer. No, I was just saying that maybe it would be a good idea. Maybe you know don't do it because it's going to lower your immune systems. And right now you need your immune systems badly. Who are you talking to? Why are you focusing on us, yo? No, I mean everybody should. I mean obviously I believe everyone should stop. Shut up, you Uncle Tom. Well, I'm not an Uncle Tom. I'm just saying maybe everyone should. Obviously, I'm a Surgeon General. I don't want anyone to smoke cigarettes. You know, I'm the one that put the message on the cigarettes. I don't just put messages on the black cigarettes. I put them not just on the Newports and the Cools. I put them on the Camels and the Marlboros too. But people don't want to. If they don't like you, you can't do anything right. And if they love you, you can't do no wrong. So give the Surgeon General Jerome Adams a break. First of all, his name is Jerome. It's not Obama, Barack, okay? But you embraced Barack, though, didn't you? Jerome from up the way, he lost his, he didn't have trainers to teach him how to talk cool. He'd sound very corny, but he went to school too. You know, look, you don't gotta like the messenger. Lord knows I hate messages a lot of times. A lot of messages suck. But you know what? The message could be right. So separate the message from the messenger. All right? The bottom line is all of us, everybody, because I went to get a bottle of wine. I'm like, okay, I had my mask on, I had my gloves on, you know, I got my jacket zipped up, I had my glasses on, like nothing going, I'm ready. Had my hood on. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go there. I drove to the liquor store. I was in the drive-thru to get some wine and some ice, okay? I'm in the line, right? I said, okay, bag of ice. I said, well, maybe I shouldn't get the ice. My ice maker went out, okay? But I'm in the line, and I'm like, God, this line's so long. I'm gonna go ahead and go in, man. I got my gloves on, I got my glasses on, I got my mask on. Let me go on in the liquor store, get a couple bottles of wine for me and the wifey. Me and Mrs. Black could indulge with a little glass of wine, you know what I'm saying? And this was in a white area. Pretty white area. All I kept seeing was white people walking the store just doop-de-doo-de-doo, doop-de-doo. Like nothing's going on. I see the old white lady coming out, had him wheeling out a keg. Thank you. Touching him and shit. Thank you, big young man. Got in their car, you know. No gloves, no mask. See a white lady come jump out of FedEx truck, run to the liquor store. Looking like she had on yoga pants, ran in there, no gloves, touching the doorknob and shit. Seen a white guy just get off work. He had on construction boots or something. He licked the doorknob. Just, went on there. I said, yeah, I think I just cut my car back on, got right back in that drive-through line, bruh. Said, nah, I ain't going in there. See, it's not, there are people that don't think bad shit can happen to them. They don't think it. So don't be like that. Don't be like that. You know? Like me, I'm always thinking bad things gonna happen. I think it too much. I get paranoid. Every little thing. You know? Uh-oh. What's that? You know? Hey, baby, look right here. Look right here. Is it something? You feel something? Nah, it looks regular to me. Now, you see something? You show you. Hold right where my finger is. Where my finger is. Right there. Feel that? Yeah, it feels like a vein. Yeah. Well, you got a lot of veins. People have veins, Tim. Yeah, but this vein is protruding. Why is that vein? All right, guys. Anyway, so wear your mask, damn it, and still Bernie. Hashtag Bernie Sanders. Hashtag still Bernie. Hashtag only Bernie. Hashtag Bernie only. And we're going to open phone lines, and we are ready to go. All right, guys. I'm going to take calls in the order that they came in because we have peoples in the phone lines, okay? Let's make sure we have our phone lines set up correctly. My first caller is the 860 number. 860, you are live on Freedom Friday. What's your name? What's your comment?
Hey, Tim Black, it's Donovan.
All right, what's on your mind?
I just want to talk about how pissed I am at the media constantly ignoring recent history. I mean, like, shout out to Marianne Williamson, who had some damn courage. And if you go ahead and look at Kamala Harris, who gained some traction when she called out Joe Biden, and all those other establishment candidates who didn't like him nothing but a month and some change ago, they all coalesced around him. I mean, if they're seeking cabinet positions or some position of power or something, why not coalesce around Bernie? You know what I'm saying? You could have been leaders of change and some power, especially people like Tulsi Gabbard, who claim to be anti-war and stuff. Joe Biden is more hawkish than Hillary Clinton. So I don't want to hear nothing about Tulsi or Corey or Kamala or Liz no more. I'm completely done with all of them. Shout out to Marianne Williamson, who actually had some courage to do a proper endorsement, you know?
I hear you. Wow, good points. Very good points. I appreciate you. Thank you for the phone call.
Thank you. I've had enough of all of them.
Well, thank you for the phone call. You know, Diane, you just brought up something that has been on my mind, and I'm going to say it because this is for the people that have been in my comment sections, and I get petty. But here goes something to think about. Diane, do you know how many times, sister, I say something positive about Bernie, people say, Bernie, no reparations, no vote. Hashtag ADOS. It's like, okay. Well, you know, he supports the Al Sharpton thing he said he would sign an HR 40 thing and he would do this, you know. But I agree, he should have spoke about it. He should have been more on point, like right away when he was asked about it that time. I agree with that, but I mean, you know, I think he has the best policies that helped everybody now. And those policies are going to help poor people. And guess what? Hey, a lot of black people are not doing so well, so it would really help us. His policies are the best for working class people and poor people. You know that, right? I don't care. No reparations, no vote. ADOS. ADOS. You know? I was like, okay. Then I realized, and I thought about this, and I said, you know, they're going to get mad at me, but that's okay. You know, Joe Biden doesn't support reparations, and he won. You know that, right? You know that. Okay. So why'd y'all vote for him? I'm just saying, you voted for him. You voted for him in South Carolina. And you say, that wasn't us. It wasn't us. Well, okay. Here goes another question. Okay, here's another question. Marianne Williamson, she supported reparations. She didn't win any votes, Johnson. So y'all didn't come out for her. She supported reparations. And then Tom Steyer spent millions and millions and millions of dollars, and he supported reparations. Y'all didn't come out for him either. So why didn't you come out for the people that did support it? See, when we go there, just admit. Can't we just admit it ain't that many of y'all, and y'all ain't make that big a difference anyway? I know it's mean, right? It's mean as hell. I know it's mean, dog. I know it's mean. It's cutthroat to say it, but it's true. Look, Tom Steyer supported reparations. Y'all didn't help him win. He didn't win. He came in fourth in South Carolina. He spent millions of dollars. He supported reparations. Y'all didn't come out for that man. Why didn't y'all come out for him? So, look, hey, I'm glad Marianne Williamson supported Bernie Sanders, that she endorsed him. I think that, on a real tip though, Diane, I think that Joe Biden did some very slick politicking. And I think Joe Biden is one of them. You ever watch House of Cards? that role Kevin Spacey played, I think Joe Biden did a lot of politicking behind the scenes to get Buttigieg, Amy Klobuchar, Kamala Harris. Look, she even went and got Beto O'Rourke. Beto O'Rourke was at home on his skateboard, out of the race. He even got Beto O'Rourke to endorse him. You know, he went and got people, Cory Booker. Like, he did that. Like, and Bernie, I don't think Bernie's that. He's not going to offer people stuff to get stuff. I don't think he would. So I think there's a certain level we also have to recognize, and I'm not saying it's bad or good. I think I believe it's a fact. David Sirota will be on a show with Anna Kasparian and Michael Brooks tomorrow, and maybe they'll ask him. But I believe that Bernie wasn't offering people stuff. I think Biden was offering people stuff in order to get their support. So that's what I think it is, and I don't think Bernie plays it that way. In fact, in a recent interview, Bernie Sanders said Joe Biden's a good politician, very, very good politician. And I don't think Bernie is that type of politician. He's a more policy-oriented type of guy. He's not going to be doing a bunch of backroom deals, making promises, twisting people's hand. I remember in the Washington Post interview, he was like, "Hey, I'm not the kind of guy who's going to remember your birthday. I'm not gonna call you up. I'll tell you right now, I'm not gonna call you on your birthday. Maybe I should, but that's not me. That's not what I do. I don't call people on birthdays and wish them birthdays and happy days, and I don't know their kids. I don't know your freaking kids' names. I don't do that. I don't do that. That's not what I do. What I do is I fight for the working people, you know." And they were all mad, like, "Oh, we like people to kiss our ass. I like my ass kissed nicely, please. That's why we don't like you, Bernie. You don't know how to make friends." You know. So they were all pissed off and, offended because he's not that kind of guy. So I'm going to go to the next call, Dan, but I appreciate you calling up and bringing up Marianne Williamson and bringing up those others who went behind Biden and just fell in line. 734, you live on Freedom Friday. What's your name? What's your comment?
They hear me?
I hear you.
Oh, it's me?
That's you, 734, yes.
No kidding, dude.
Yeah.
What's up, Tim?
How you doing, man? Who's this?
I'm doing great, man.
Who is
this is Matthew Riley, man. I called in last week on Tuesday. I told you I went on that Vision Quest.
Oh,
remember that?
Yeah, the high guy.
The high guy.
No, that's Norm McDonald, the Norm McDonald guy.
Old McDonald? What are you talking about?
The Norm.
Old McDonald?
Norm McDonald.
Oh, Norm McDonald. Yeah, dude, yeah, people tell me that sometimes. But yeah, man, so, dude, I've been trying to hit you with this take, man, on Twitter, and you've just been ignoring me, man. You got to realize I'm very sensitive. So you got to be careful with my feelings. You got to handle me with care, put your kid gloves on. Well, if I tweet something to you twice, that means, oh, I really wanted to see it. Did you get this take or not, dude, about Biden?
I don't know what are you talking about, man? What tape? What you sent me? What's up? Seriously, I don't know. I didn't see it, man. Seriously.
Oh, you didn't see? All right, you didn't see it. All right. Well, first off, I just want to say real quick, man. These people out here in progressive media who are quarantining, man, and they're like growing beards, so they look like they're like badass or whatever. Yo, Sam Cedar, if you're gonna grow a beard just specifically for the pandemic, you can't take it down to a 5-guard, dude. That ain't a beard, man. Like that ain't a beard. You should see me right now, man. I've been working on this for like 2.5 months, dude. I look like Grizzly Adams, dude, but it's cool, man, because it's pandemic, man. So I'm working with it. You know what I mean? Like, this is the only time in your life you will ever get the chance to grow like a crazy beard. So take advantage of it. Don't be
right.
You know what I'm saying, though, man? Yeah. It's a pandemic, dude. It's the only chance we ever have to make our beards as crazy as they can be. But yeah, man, Biden. Mm-hmm. I believe that he was crafted out of a fucking dull spoon or something to be the shiv that the DNC used to end Bernie. And they accomplished that.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
Mm-hmm.
I hear you.
Out of all, okay, you gotta take a look at, this is what I was trying to tweet to you, man. Look at all the other potential nominees outside of Bernie. Which one of them had the best chance to get the elderly African American vote and also the white vote, the white boomer vote? Well, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you can put Bernie in a theoretical matchup, I don't know, whenever Super Tuesday happened, take Bernie and match him up against any, just one-on-one, any one of the other candidates. Bernie, I think, automatically loses the elderly white vote. I don't know. Maybe that's wrong.
Yeah, I never
He doesn't do
understood. I
very
never
good with
understood that, man. I never got why.
Yeah. I'm not sure either, but I think it's just because they have money and they don't give a fuck about anybody else. That's my opinion. But also, you have to think about, like, he automatically loses that segment of the vote. But then you have to look at all the other possibilities, like Klobuchar, Pete, and et cetera. Like, Biden is the one who seals out the African American segment of that age group. And once you have the white and the black boomers, oh fuck, man, are you kidding me? Like, how are you gonna? These are the only people that fucking vote, dude. These are the only people that have a way to vote.
Mm.
You know what I mean? The way that they are rigging things right now, man. Does that make sense? So that was the whole point of my tweet was Biden was the shiv that they made
Okay.
to gut Bernie, man.
Yeah.
And they used those. That's all you have to do. If you can get the white elderly and the black elderly vote, that's it, dude. The same person to get both of those, and then gut Bernie, and that's it, dude. And then, hey, you know what? It's wide open. Doesn't matter. Bernie's gone. Put anybody up there. Could be Newsom. Could be Cuomo. But I'll tell you who it's going to be. I already told you. It's going to be Bloomberg, because he fucking bought everybody and their mother. And you know that. And I know you know that.
I know that. I do know that. He spent a lot of money, Johnson. A lot of money, Johnson.
Oh my God, he did. Yes, he did.
All right, brother. What's your Twitter handle?
At Riley Music. RILEY Music.
Got it, Riley. I'll follow you back,
Matthew
Riley.
Riley, man.
Thanks for the phone call, brother. I'll talk to you
All right,
soon.
man.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
You got it, brother. Riley's entertaining, man. I like Riley, man. Makes me feel like, man, Riley, won't you call up, man, and pretend to be Norm MacDonald and endorse my show? Yeah, that'll go over really well. Just be like, Tim Black. I was watching your show there and saw that you got a good show, and just endorse it, and then people will watch it. More people will watch it. I'm trying to get Michael Moore on the show right now, guys. I sent out a tweet. If you see that tweet, guys, please retweet it. I'm trying to get Michael Moore on the show. He had a very interesting podcast. I've done a couple videos on his podcast. I like his podcast, the Rumble podcast with Michael Moore, man. And and I was looking forward to interviewing him. Of course, Bernie Sanders, Danny Glover, and Cornel West. And it just, come on, man. Come on. I'm going to get mad now. I'm going to bash Bernie. Bernie ruined my opportunity to interview him. And Michael Moore. Oh, and I want to interview, Cornel West. Yeah, he ruined it for me. That's it. I'm going to start calling him names. That's not who I am, man. That's not how I roll. 559, you're live, Freedom Friday. What's your name? What's your comment?
Brother Tim, Brother Eric.
Eric.
Good show. In fact, well, how you doing, man?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Oh, super fine. It's an excellent Friday, and just another day in the life. But I wanted to mention, it's funny you mentioned old Michael Moore's podcast. I was actually going to mention one of the interviews he had recently is going to be one of the solutions that we can use to, one, build solidarity, and two, how we can win. The name is Jane McAlevey, and she wrote a book, Collective Bargain. Everybody, not that I'm sure people are probably aware, but go get that book, read it, pass it around. She wins. She can win. She's going to actually tell you how to do it because she's done it. She's been there, and a union organizer. We all got to put on our organizing caps and start thinking with the organizing part of the brain instead of the activists so much, because, yelling at people doesn't get it done. And we know the kind of YouTube content creators and the so-called left creators that all they want to do is bitch and piss and moan. They ain't going to do it. That doesn't build solidarity. In fact, you mentioned, it's funny, told a guy the other day, some of the ADOS people, they remind me of mini union busters. Because what do union busters do? They break solidarity. They're not building shit. They wish they had half the damn movement that Bernie Sanders had. Because and it's excellent you brought up old Noam, because he's right. Because we forget too much, and you don't hear, and this is why you tune into the Tim Black Show, to listen to this kind of talk. Look at what he did. No fucking politician in the history of this country has done what he's done, has built what he's built, has been able to accomplish what he's accomplished. Okay, he dropped out, but does it negate the fact that he got the most volunteers, raised the most money, did it with not one shiny red dime from a billionaire, from a super PAC, from a huge corporation? You want to know who the biggest fucking donors of his campaign were? They were teachers.
Yep.
How about that?
Yep.
And he built that. People from that Our Revolution got elected. In fact, Stacey Abrams, even though it got ripped from her, that she was another one out of that camp. Look again. What was his campaign slogan? Not me, us. This is just the beginning, people. Okay, so they crushed him, because let's face it, look what happened. He had him, we had him shaking, shitting bricks, and it took a coalition, and it took rigging, and it took a whole lot of shenanigans to stop it.
That's right.
That's power. We just demonstrated a lot of power, and we can't give it up now. We got to keep pushing that. We got to, again, now it's how you do it. That Jane wrote a book, gives a good blueprint on how to do it, and it's listening to people. It's listening to people, figuring out, don't assume, don't yell at people, don't assume your issues are their issues. You got to find what their issues are and tie it to the bigger, deal. You know what? Hey, why do you think that you're, what would you change about work if you had a, magic wand? What are the three things? Something specific, not something abstract or, either telling them what to do or telling them how to think. Teach people how to, prod them how to think. Because they got answers for you, and they want to give you the answers. And it's up to us to connect that to the larger movement, saying, you know what, hey, we can change this shit. It's already being changed. People are trying to change it. Look what the teachers did in West Virginia. It was illegal, by the way, what they did. But you know who stood in solidarity with them? The bus drivers. If it wasn't for them, probably would have gotten an injunction, probably would have been crushed. But see, that's what solidarity does. And you build solidarity, because when you have solidarity, when people are coming together, and this is what we demonstrated, they're scared, and they have to make concessions. But if you don't have that, you're done. And let's go build it, guys. So come on now.
Hey, Eric, I appreciate it, man. What's the name of that book again by Jane?
Oh, it's called Collective Bargain. A Collective Bargain, Union Organizing and the Fight for Democracy. Yeah, Jane McAlevey.
I appreciate it, man. We got some time on our hands. Maybe we should go check that out. Thank you, Eric.
Sure thing.
Yeah, Collective Bargaining. All right, guys, do a search for that title. Jane McAlevey. Hope I'm saying that right. 704. You're live, Freedom Friday. What's your name? What's your comment?
Hey, what's going on, Tim?
What's up, man?
First time calling in. This is Lex. Go by Doughboy in the chat.
Okay.
Yeah,
I saw you.
So,
yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm loving the show. I've been watching for, a couple months now. Kind of new to politics, but I've just been watching, and I'm noticing a lot of stuff going on, man. So we bashing Bernie now. That's how we building our channels and whatnot. That's how we getting the subscribers, I guess.
Yeah, man.
Just ridiculous, man. I've seen so many people come out the woodworks bashing Bernie now that wasn't bashing Bernie before. Like when Bloody Monday came and happened, just like you said, when they coalesced around Joe Biden, Bernie was doing everything that he could do to win, and he was doing good. All of a sudden, we want Bernie just to turn to somebody that he's not when he was already obviously winning. And just like you said before, Tim, the strategy was working. So why we want him to go against the grain now? It's just crazy, man. And I'm just noticing that a lot of vitriol just put towards AOC, Bernie, the squad, Ro Khanna, and Elizabeth Warren. But I'm noticing that somebody is missing out of this whole thing from from a certain channel. Now, this person got 2%, and now if they had to use all these tactics that this person was saying that would have worked so well, and they know so much, why was this person only polling the 2%? I'm just wondering, like, what's going on with that? It's not making a lot of sense, man. It's just crazy, man. But I'm loving the show, man. It's my first time calling in.
Hey.
I love to donate and just make sure that everything going on, man. I hopefully everybody doing good. I mean, this whole crisis is just a lot right now, man. It's just a lot. So, hey, keep doing your thing, Tim. Loving the show.
Hey, man, Doughboys, man, thank you for tuning in, man, and being a first-time caller, man. We appreciate you, man, and just tell a friend about the show, man, and I agree with you, like everybody is a political analyst, man. Everybody is a commentator. I don't know, man. Like, I know I got stuff to learn. I learn it every day. I learn from you guys. I mean, no one's an expert. No one knows it all, and least of all people who have never, like, ran a campaign. And look, and I'm not saying that Bernie's perfect or Ilhan Omar's perfect or Rashida Tlaib is perfect or anyone's perfect. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying AOC's perfect or Ro Khanna's perfect. None of that at all. But all I'm saying is, can we spread some of the criticism around? Why aren't we as critical about others as we are about one person? Like, there's a lot to be criticized. There's a lot of people. Everybody can deserve criticism. And all I'm seeing is a piling on aspect. And no one's stupid. We know what's going on. We know why people are doing it. Come on, man. That's what people, and so they don't even invite me. So right now I see a lot of people getting invited on shows to pile on Bernie. But they're not calling me. But I will give it up for Politicon, because Politicon know how I feel. Clay Aiken and the guys at Politicon, he's just the host. He don't run the show. But he already knew I was a progressive who supported Bernie. Everyone knows. Like someone said, Tim Black, you don't know a lot of people, but a lot of people know you. So what I'm saying is they invite people on for a certain narrative. People already know how I feel about Bernie, so they don't invite me on. Notice who gets invited on to say what. If they wanted a different narrative, if they wanted a more equal, balanced narrative, why not invite two people on? Why not invite it? So they're basically doing what cable media does, which is they want a certain narrative to be propagated. So they're inviting on a certain type of guest to push that narrative, and they have no counter to it. And they don't really make a counter to it. And I've just seen it over and over and over again. So what I will do is work my damnest, guys, because I'm not going anywhere. I own my platform, I'm not going anywhere. We're going to continue to build. We're going to have long memories, and we're going to build up momentum. We're going to get big enough that we'll be able to handle this. Now, some of these now, the only problem is some of these folks are backed by Republicans and they don't talk about it. So the narrative or the directive of the owners of some of these networks and some of these people are by neoliberals and big money interests, by corporate Democrats, are in the backs. They have the remote controls. I'm just being honest with you. So there's a difference between truly independent, like this show, and some of these other shows. I'm not saying that everybody has all that control over everything. I'm not saying that. But come on, guys, we have to build a media that's more fair, because they'll just do the same thing to the next Bernie, to a new Bernie. What if I want to run? Right? What if I want to run? They're going to do the same thing to me. They're going to destroy me. They're going to come up and say all the things I didn't do right. They're not even going to focus on the groundbreaking, record-breaking, status-setting, like record-setting accomplishments. Instead, they focus on, well, why didn't he do this? So I'm tired of it. And I voice that enough. It's hard when people say, I just want you all to get along. Well, I want us all to get along, but I want some fairness. I want some justice. I want some even-handedness. And I cannot turn away when I see injustice. They're trying to destroy this movement. One person does not make a movement. They're trying to destroy this movement. I can't let it happen. I work too long, too hard. I believe in it too much. I'm going to go next call. All right, next call. 252. You're live, 252, Freedom Friday.
Hi, Tim. This is Kira from Fayetteville. How you doing?
Oh, I'm good, Kira.
North Carolina.
Hey, Kira. What's on your mind?
I just want to thank you for the video that you did yesterday because I was in terrible spirits. You know, hearing that Bernie had dropped out because I had took a few days off from Twitter because it just was getting real toxic. And I didn't hear the days that he dropped. I heard the next day. So it just really, really made me feel some type of way. And I just wanted to show appreciation to you for making that video because it definitely motivated me to, you know, make some phone calls and stuff. So I was listening to your commentary where you said that, you know, the movement cannot be stopped and what to do going forward. And some of my friends were saying, well, what if we as community people start flooding these elections, just start mass applying for certain seats, local seats? They can't deny us all. We got to do something. We cannot continue to let the narrative be what it is. And I feel like that is what Bernie wanted to inspire us to do as a whole. And as far as the situation with Biden, I really think that, you know, you got 24% enthusiasm of people who are highly enthusiastic that want to vote for you. How the hell is that going to win an election? I don't understand why these people think. And when you were discussing ADOS, you know, because I'm down here in North Carolina, right, not too far from the South Carolina border, there's a lot of black people who are saying, no reparations, no vote. And then went and voted for Joe Biden when Joe Biden has for decades blocked our progress. Literally blocked our progress in many different facets, financially, with housing, with busing. It's ridiculous. The narrative that's put out there that black people are uninformed. No, black people made a conscious choice. They made a conscious choice that they was going to support Joe Biden because he was the right hand of Barack Obama, as if he was some kind of savior to us. They refused to come to the conclusion that most everybody else has, that Obama was not good for black people. I said it, I'm going to say it, and I'm going to say it till I don't have any more breath in me. Obama was not good for black people. He was just a black face. That's it. And for him to sit here and call Bernie and tell him he needs to drop out at the time, which I understand because, you know, Bernie being who he is, he does not want to take from what's going on with the pandemic and have things focused on him. And I respect that. I respect that wholeheartedly. But at the same time, I'm really down because I really feel like Joe Biden is going to lose. It's really getting to a point where I feel like they trying to lose because they want to keep their tax cuts and they want to keep the status quo. And it's just going to be a disaster for the American people, in my opinion. But we, the movement, we got to stay coordinated. We got to try and flood these offices. They cannot deny us all. They cannot deny us all. And if you really believe in anything that Bernie said, then stick to the code, stick to the message. You see all these people on Twitter posting polls. What can Joe Biden get you to do to vote for him? That is not the answer. That's not the answer. If it was the answer, if it was that easy, then we would have been had some kind of progress go on. We've got decades of oppression going on, not just for black people, for all people. Financially, we're making the same things our grandparents made. It's just ridiculous. We got to make a stand, and we got to keep making a stand. And I don't agree with the narrative that we need to work with Joe Biden. Joe Biden's concession to us after Bernie got out the race was that, we're going to decrease Medicare to 60 years old, when most of Congress already agrees that it needs to be at 50. So what kind of concession is that? That's not a concession. That's a slap in the face. And just like these Hillary Clinton people got on the call and they were like, bye, Bernie. Oh, no. Y'all just don't know what's coming for y'all. Stay on code, stay on message, continue to teach the young. I got a daughter, and I'm teaching her right now. When she come up, she's going to be politically informed. We got to stick to that message, and that's all I wanted to say. Sorry, I didn't mean to take up too much time. Y'all have a good night, and please stay motivated.
Thank you, Kara. We love you, sister. So no, you did perfect. You did fine. You didn't take up too much time at all, sister. We love hearing from you. And you just keep doing your thing and be safe out there on that road. I know you run a trucking business. I agree with you. I agree with you that people have such an affection for Barack Obama, but I don't see what he did that was so tangible. And if you're going to have a movement, then you're going to be responsible for that movement, right? That's what they say about Bernie all the time. You're responsible for every Twitter person who puts their name in the thing, right? Okay. Who puts Bernie, hashtags. So now he's responsible. Well, ADOS people, you're responsible for your voters who voted for Biden. Why didn't you direct your people? Why didn't you inform your people of the issues? So if neither one of the candidates to your liking were supporting reparations to the degree that you wanted, you didn't influence your voters that Biden was not the best choice? I don't accept it. It's horrible that you couldn't get that done. But, look, I'm not here to point fingers about it. I'm just bringing it up because every comment section, every video that I do that's about Bernie, I get the same types of responses. And they somehow leave out that they have to live here. And you're right. Hillary Clinton was talking about lowering the age for Medicare to 50. And then Biden says, we'll make it 60. Oh, yay. So that's not a concession. We're going to give you a discount. Well, how much is it? We're going to give you free shipping. But we're upping the price of the actual product. Well, if you up the price of the product, well, I'll pay my own shipping. Okay, then we'll lower the price of the product. Hey, you're screwing me over. I'm trying to work with you is what I'm trying to do. Choose which one you want a discount on, and I'll raise the other side of it. All right, I'm going to go to the next call, Kara. I appreciate you, though. 210, you're live. Freedom Friday. What's your name? What's your comment?
Hey, my name's Rolando. I'm from San Antonio, Texas. I'm a Chicano, which means a brown brother that is engaged in politics. Anyway, I want to give a shout-out to my Sota wife, Sandra. Say hi, Sandra.
Hello.
Say hi, Tim Black, my little baby.
Hey. Hey, Rolando and family.
Anyway, so...
Yeah.
Yeah. So I wanted to say, my name is Rolando. I'm a Chicano from San Antonio, Texas. And I wanted to thank you for your voice on, independent media. I think it's very important. Like I said, I'm an ultrasound tech. I don't make a lot of money, but I donate to you because I think, it's very important. Anyway, I want to encourage people to vote for Bernie Sanders in the primaries, go on the ballot. And I also want to say that, so us progressives, we want a Green New Deal, Medicare for all, tuition-free college, right? So, the president doesn't write the bills; Congress does, right? Mm-hmm. And Joe Biden. I mean, I'm not a supporter of Joe Biden at all, but he doesn't write the laws; he signs them into laws. So, I would say, who's more likely to sign these bills, Trump or Biden? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you, Rolando. Yes.
What do you think?
Yeah, Rolando. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah. Did you hear what I said?
Yeah, I heard you. Yeah, I heard your comment. Yes.
Oh, yeah. So, Trump isn't, Trump won't sign any of these deals like Medicare for all or tuition-free college or anything like that. Biden is more likely to sign them. Although I have to hold my nose and vote for Biden as much as I don't want to. But if we want these things, you know, who's going to sign them into law? Trump won't, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
You think Biden more likely to sign them, you know?
Well, I hear you, Rolando,
Anyway,
man. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's all I want to say. And I want to give a shout out to my Raza in San Antonio, Texas, and in all South Texas, Alice, Texas, the Rio Grande Valley, and all that. And I want to thank you for your voice, Tim. I appreciate you, and I'm a huge fan, man.
Well, thank you, Rolando and family, your beautiful wife and your beautiful child, man. Thank you for calling up, man. Thanks for supporting the show, man. You make it possible to do this, man, and we enjoy having the phone lines, man, and thank you for calling up, man. I just want you to know that I'm not so certain that Biden would do these things. See, here's the thing, man. For instance, Trump's been talking about a universal health care move that Biden's not even talking about. They don't talk about it much on MSNBC, but that's something that Trump's been talking about because, well, we're at a time right now where, wow, it looks like if you want to actually have a society that functions, we're going to need people to have health care. Now, of course, there's things that it took a pandemic for people to realize, hey, people need health care when they lose their job, when people lose their jobs all the time. It's not a new phenomenon, right? My wife lost her job 2 weeks, like a month before the pandemic hit. Guess what we did? We lost our health care coverage. Now, there are other people who lost jobs. Before the pandemic, same situation. So it's not a new thing, but okay, but for the record, Trump is talking about it. Now, I'm not saying that it's not going to be hard for some people to make those decisions, and I'm not going to tell you what to do. But I have to see a whole lot more out about it. First of all, Biden's never talked about any of these policies. He's never once, like he was VP and didn't talk about them. Then when he was running, he wasn't talking about them. Now all of a sudden he started talking about them? I don't know, man. Like, so what I won't be is lied to and then try to go with it because I'm trying to keep hope alive. You know, I'm not going to do that. Now, once again, this is up to you, how you want to look at it, you know, what you believe, right? You know, everybody's going to have to make that decision. But this will be one channel that's not pushing Joe Biden. Now, I know there's other channels that will be like, well, we got to do the thing. You know, Joe Biden will have to go so far, take lie detector tests, and do all types of hoops he'd have to jump through, walk on water, fire, have a near-death situation that scares the life out of him, makes him change all his ways, and go save 3 babies from a burning building, and then find a cure for athlete's foot. Like, he'd have to do a whole lot of things for me to be like, because I just don't trust him. And this is the same dilemma we had with Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton, do we trust her to actually implement the things she started talking about once Bernie turned the screws to her? Kind of need to talk about it before then for it to seem real, you know? So, but thank you for calling up, man. Shout out to you, Raza. 484. You're live, Freedom Friday. What's your name? What's your comment?
Hello, Tim. This is Jared from Downingtown, Pennsylvania. Nice to talk to you again. I haven't called in a very long time.
Good to have you, man. What's on your mind, Jared?
So I want to talk a little bit about maybe Bernie, Trump, and this whole coronavirus thing. Now, you were mentioning that Trump supports universal health care.
No, he's been mentioning. Hold on. 1 second, Jared. I don't know if he supports it, but he's been mentioning it.
Yes, he's been mentioning it. He doesn't support it.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry about that. I misspoke.
That's okay.
His words, Trump's words do not match his actions because Trump literally block granted Medicare before the coronavirus started, which means cut, sending it down to the states so they can cut Medicare, which is for the poorest of poor Americans who need health care. And he cut CDC spending by like 80% before the coronavirus. So when Trump says these things, he's lying. I mean, we have to like start realizing this, that Trump, just like any other politician, is a bullshitter. I mean, can I say that on air?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, he's just like Biden, you know, or Hillary Clinton or Obama or anybody. He's going to just say the same thing. He's going to say, well, I'm going to get you clean water, clean air. Meanwhile, I'm going to literally dump, you know, all these chemicals and everything else in all this water. He hasn't done anything for Flint or Columbus, Ohio, or Cleveland, or any of these other cities that have all this lead problems with their water supplies. So when I hear Trump say these things, it's really almost it means nothing. I always say, look at their actions, not their words. Because if Trump ran if he ran on a policy of, hey, I'm going to basically cut everything pretty much down to the bone, except I'm going to give trillions and trillions of dollars to multinational corporations, and basically whatever patronage networks I have, and you're basically going to get zil. I don't think he would get reelected. And he could get reelected even during this pandemic, which is kind of shocking because, you know, we've lost 10 million jobs since the coronavirus started. I mean, this is a disaster. My brother lost a job too. And people are really hurting during all this, and it's just so depressing that Bernie couldn't be the nominee during all this. It would have been so perfect to have him as the nominee during this crisis. Because, you know, we had FDR during the Great Depression. We had Lincoln during the Civil War. And it's you know, and now we got Trump, and I don't even know where Biden's at anymore. He's still running, right? I can't even, I don't even know where he's at anymore. It's just crazy. And yeah, this election is going to just be very, very depressing. Man.
Yeah.
It's just.
Well, Jerry, look, brother, I appreciate you calling up, man, and good to hear from you once again. Yeah, I have no trust in Trump's words. I do think he wants to win, and I do think he wants to get the economy going again. And so there's going to be certain things I think he'll do in order to achieve that goal. But I have no trust in Biden. I do trust Bernie, which is why I stuck with Bernie. It's why I stick with Bernie. That's why I'm here doing, you know. So that's, you know, and that's what it comes down to, who you believe in. Because anyone can give you their story, right? But who do you believe in to do the thing? To do the thing, right? So thank you for phoning in. I appreciate it. 978, you're live, Freedom Friday. What's your name? What's your comment?
Hello, Tim Black. It's Rebecca Lane calling from Lansing, Michigan. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
You know what? I am doing well, and I appreciate your friend request yesterday. It definitely was a big bright spot in a shitty-ass day. So thanks for that. I don't know why I'm so nervous, but my heart is just pounding right now. I've called a lot, but just tonight I got all this emotion bottled up. I just wanted to real quick give a shout-out to Kira. Girl, if you're on Facebook, would you please friend me? I'm Rebecca Lane, Lansing, Michigan. You'll notice me because of my We Need a Revolution Johnson t-shirt. Okay, she is so on point every time she calls.
Yes,
please run for Congress. Oh, my God. Look, a couple quick things. Joe will never do enough to win us over, let's just be honest. And even if he just suddenly adopted the whole platform, does any of us think that he would actually honor that? I don't. He's not going to fight for us, so that's a joke. I really have been taking a lot of shit from people, a ton. I'm very vocal, obviously, on social media, and they're just shaming all over the place and, you know, beating us with the, you know, you're going to give us Trump stick and fuck that. Basically, it boils down to this. And I've not brought this up on the show before, but I think it's time because it's relevant, and I don't mean to bum anybody out, so please don't take it that way because I'm all good. But, you know, I am a rape survivor. I've survived multiple rapes, multiple times. I've had a similar experience to Tara Reid, like literally verbatim the exact same thing happened to me. That was the first time it ever happened. I was 14 in a hallway at school. And, you know, I've had a lot of people not believe me. I've had a lot of you know, I kept that stuff, you know, aside and lived my life, you know, and I don't have to deal with that stuff anymore. And, you know, I'm 46 now, and I don't think I've been assaulted since I was about 20. So we're doing good. But you are never going to shame me into voting for a fucking rapist. I don't give a fuck. It's done. When Tara Reid said that, no, you're credible. I believe her. I believe everything she said. And even if I, you know, was not a survivor, I would still believe her because I believe women, and fuck the Democrats. They sold us out. So there's no voting for Biden for me, and probably a lot of women like me. And let's be honest, most of us don't report, don't talk about it. It's a lot more. The statistics are higher than what we know. So moving on, the Democratic Party needs to die. I think reelecting Trump will do it. And I just think it's really fucking ironic that Barack Obama, you know, got elected on our backs. He wouldn't have had a chance without us. And yet now, you know, he's the guy that's blocking progressivism. He's the one shitting on Bernie. He's the one that's just going to pull strings and push buttons and make backroom deals and calls and be this fucking block to change because of his bullshit ego to protect his corporate fucking donors and his buddies and his rich friends. Let me tell you how much I hate Barack Obama. And I wish I had known in 2008, you know, when I campaigned for him, the first time I ever campaigned for anyone, and I just believed him. And he's like, you know, like the husband who ended up beating your ass and then you eventually got away from him. Like, that's how I feel about Barack Obama. Like, I loved him and then he betrayed me, and now I just hate his guts. So I don't think he had a right to do that, and he is being sneaky about it. He's, you know, we need to call it out. Barack Obama should not have this much power. And that's all I have. So thank you for the call. Sorry I went on too long. Love to all of you. Please stay safe. Please take this disease seriously. Keep your hopes up. You know, smoke a joint. We're all in this together. Love you, Tim.
Love you back, Rebecca. Thank you so much for sharing your story and reminding everyone about how serious this is. You know, and I want to apologize for not focusing more on it. Sorry, guys. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, we you know, on social media, I've seen a lot of women, you know, talk about Joe Biden and Tara Reid, and yeah, that's like that's a deal breaker, Johnson. Right? Gosh. So yeah, I don't know if I can add anything to your comment at all other than to say I understand completely, and no one should be able to don't let anyone. I mean, you don't need to hear from me, but don't let anyone else watching or listening. Don't you for a second let anybody shame you into doing anything. I don't give hell what it is, right? Because we all make our own decisions about what's right for us and what's not right for us. Okay. Stay strong, Rebecca. 804. 804, you're live Freedom Friday. What's your name? What's your comment? Hello, 804.
Hello?
Hey, you're live. You're live.
Hi, Tim. This is Janae from Richmond, Virginia.
Hey, Janae.
And I just want to call and say, first of all, Barack Obama probably is one of the greatest disappointments in my life. I really supported him in 2008. I worked for his campaign. I believed in the hope and change, and now he's a mafia boss. So I just really think that the people that still look at him as a leader for the left are just very deluded. And what we need to do as a left-leaning people is really start to see our people for who they are. We need to critically think about these people that we are voting for. We can't just look at how cool they are or how much they look like us or all of those types of things that are superfluous and shallow. We need to start looking at these people's records, just like Bernie, because Bernie has a history of being on the right side of history 99% of the time. For all these people that want to criticize Bernie and say his campaign didn't do this or didn't do that, Bernie has been fighting for us for 40 years. And when he stopped his campaign in 2016, he didn't stop his message. And he still worked all around this country, pulling the Overton window to the left for us, so that when people say Medicare for all, someone doesn't look at you like you've lost your damn mind. People now look at his policies as being more mainstream, as being more moderate, as being more about what people are really looking for in this country. So it breaks my heart when I hear people talk about how Bernie failed. Bernie is our greatest success. He is the biggest success we have on the left for the last 40 years. So for people to say that he failed, it is a true misunderstanding of what this man has done for us. At almost 80 years old, having a heart attack out there, and we have the nerve to say he failed us. I am not saying that we can't criticize our people, because being a critical thinker is important, but we can't slap them down when they don't do everything that we want. We can't be that bucket of crabs that pulls somebody down because we don't like what they had to say. And so the left has got to change who they are. They can't just look at people on the surface. We've got to go deeper, and we've got to be in solidarity with each other every day, to the people that you meet, to the people that you live with, and the people that are all around this country trying to fight for a better world for all of us. So it's easy to be an asshole on Twitter or Facebook or whatever because, you know, we have these keyboard cowboys. But what are you doing? You know, it's easy to be a critic because you don't have to be there. You don't have to deal with what he deals with. So, you know, we have to find a place where we start to look at things from a different perspective, because all of this shit is made up. None of this stuff is real. It's all a human invention. It's not like if we weren't, you know, Democrats, that the world would fall apart. It's not like if we decided to do something different that, you know, all of a sudden there's no gravity. You know, there are rules in this world that are real, like gravity, and then everything else is just a bunch of bullshit. So we can determine the paradigm that we want to live in and stop trying to say that it's not the way that you want it to be specifically. It's all about the greater good. And I just want to tell you, I've been listening to you for several months. You know, I have really, really enjoyed your show, and I really love that you give people the opportunity to have a platform to be able to speak their truth. And I appreciate you for that, and you're unique in that. And I wish everyone out there well, and stay safe. Don't be stupid. Do what you need to do, and hopefully we'll all come out of this intact.
Well, thank you, Janae, for the phone call. You are a shining light yourself. We appreciate you. You just lit up my comments section. People asking, what's her name? Her name is Janae, and she's a member of the Wolfpack. And she just laid it down, Johnson. So there it is. Told you, man, the callers, man. Great callers. What? So thank you so much. You know, I remember, and I don't want to put all my wife's business out there. Gosh, man, I'm about to get some hot water. But I remember having spirited, emotional conversations with my wife, trying to break her of the Obama spell. And there were times she literally cried in disappointment, heartbroken. I don't know. So I understand people's gravitational pull that Barack Obama held over people. And for black people was a very special moment. It said that all the civil rights, and it shouldn't have, I'm not saying it should have, but it was like a quick solution and this big step for us, figurative step that said you matter, you have value, things can get better, you Americans too. And all the badness and the history, all the discrimination, the hatred, the bigotry, we can make a new start, and this is the beginning of that start, and this is a step, not a theoretical step, not conversation, but an actual thing you could see happen. And for him to turn out to be what he was a corporate sellout, a liar in chief, man, that crushed the souls. That crushed the spirit of so many people. Now, I know it did the same for a lot of white folks, too. Black folks weren't the only folks, and a lot of my Latino friends, too. I got a feeling Rolando, my Chicano brother and his wife and his child, I don't know what the child probably doesn't know who Barack is, but maybe they do. Maybe they do. I think it meant something to them. I know my indigenous people, Muslims, it meant something to them. Africans, it meant something to the world. And for it to turn out, as Janae put it, for him to be a mafia boss. I make light of it. I make jokes. But there's pain there. It is a huge disappointment. Until this day, there are people still delusional who will call me a sellout for even telling the truth. I say, well, why did he legalize cannabis? Why not just legalize cannabis? Why not expunge all those records of those people? He know the system is corrupt. He preached about it on the stump. That's how he got elected, and then he went in and didn't do it. Well, he could do it because it's just him. He can't do it. He can't do it all. So thank you, Janae. I'm going to go to the next caller. For the Bernie stuff you said, I'm not going to go there. I've spoken time and time again. Every time I speak, it just seems like I just get more and more in trouble. People don't want it. They want us all to get along. They'll let these people have a pass for their horrible depiction of Bernie, and I don't think it's fair. And I would do the same for you if I felt that people were attacking you and I valued you, you were a friend of mine, or I believed in you, I would defend you. That's who I am. 253. Anyway, 253. Where are you at, 253? Did you drop? You were next, 253. Oh, there you go. Hold tight. 253, you're live, Freedom Friday.
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm okay. Let me get your speaker. Hey, Mr. Black. Hello, Mrs. Black. How are y'all doing?
We are good. How are you?
I'm doing okay. Okay, I got my little notes here. Okay, so I know what that lady's talking about. It's been a while since I've actually felt like I called the radio station. But anywho, I'll just need 3 or 4 minutes of your time. And if that's all right. And whew, I tell you what. Okay, first thing I wanted to talk about. First of all, I love the show, Tim, and
thank you.
just right off the top is that people are fed up with corporate media. And Tim, you hang in there because I'm telling you right now, you're the future. You're the next TYT, whatever you want to call it. I mean, you know, those that shall remain nameless, you know, of other, let's say, not as gracious hosts because, you know, people don't like to maybe give them a hello, you know, when AOC doesn't, you know, say hello back to them, or maybe Tulsi Gabbard doesn't come on their show and they want to badmouth Bernie when they know Bernie is the best person for us. But that's, you know, I digress. Anywho, so all I wanted to say is that you've got a ton of support out here. You just keep doing what you're doing, and you ever get to Washington State, we'll come hook you up with some of that good hydro. We'll get you straight. We don't want to make you catatonic. I saw your special. We don't want to put you out. But now to the real deal. Yeah, you know, Tim, they're trying to take our cornbread.
Yeah.
They're trying to take it. And you know what? Let me tell you something. I was on the phone with an older lady friend of mine, older white lady. She's in her 70s, total progressive. And just happened to be talking. I'm probably one of the only people. I'm 39 myself. And I still have a regular television, a regular telephone with a fax machine and all. I'm watching the TV, and sure enough, guess what? As soon as Bernie says that he's, you know, suspending his campaign, didn't they miss a beat? You could count the 0, you know, 3, 2, 1, roll the tape. Here go Trump with that scathing ad about Biden. I said, here it goes. Because they didn't know where to shoot their fire. Is it going to be Bernie or is it going to be Biden? So now they know. They didn't waste a beat hitting that button. And you know, and a lot of it, it's not 99.9% of it's true. Even if the stuff about his son is probably most likely bogus, it doesn't matter. It stinks.
Yeah.
And even when I heard it the first time, I said, oh, Lord. You know, and because we all know there was some kind of crooked up in there. And I'll tell you something. I'm with the last couple of callers, especially in our, you know, I'm a black woman, and I'm in a pretty white neighborhood. I'm one of those unicorns, you know, go to the hood and kick it, and we also live in a little bit of Mayberry. So, you know, it is what it is, but it gives me a beautiful insight because my neighbors are like, what's the gentleman's name, Sagar over there off the hill?
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't know he was a Republican for like... I don't know, a couple months of watching the show. I said, these are my neighbors. These are sensible people who maybe not all the way, you know, up the road with us on some issues, but we at least can meet in the middle with working class, you know, agenda. And, you know, I want to know when they're talking about, you know, still vote for Bernie and this, that, and the third, and how, you know, he still has some leverage with delegates. I want the DNC to explain to me and the rest of these folks who keep touting this, you know, anybody but Trump and all this nonsense. Like we're just supposed to lay down just because Trump is president and just pick any old fool when we have the best candidate, you know, going forward. And I mean, what do they mean by leverage? You know, with the delegates. You know, how does that give us clout? You know, is Bernie going to come back, run with the Green Party, or if we, you know, I'm a write-in personally. I've already voted. You know, and you know, the entire family's pissed at me because I don't want to vote for Joe Biden, and I'm not going to vote for Joe Biden. They get mad at me when I say anything bad about Obama. So let's just start there. You know what I mean? So it's just talking to them. It's hard. But you know, why don't you run for office? Well, maybe I will. And I can't stand I have to take a shower every time I leave that office because it's just full of scumbags. But anywho, you know, before I won't take up too much more of your time. But you know, I think Joe Biden and the DNC should be held to plagiarism and theft of intellectual property because those are Bernie's ideas. Those are working people's ideas. Damn those people for just grabbing on the little straws and coattails. So nobody borrowed no broken horse. So nobody. Not third place, fourth place, fifth place. He didn't place second place in any second or third, barely in anything. And then before I let you go, and I want your honest opinion, I'm going to do my little impression that I've been working on of Mr. Jim Clyburn, of all folks. Now, Tim, we know Joe, and Joe know us.
Now let me tell you. Now, we know Joe. Joe, man, the people. Yeah, it's a bunch of bullshit. So I want y'all to opinion on that. And I'm gonna let you go. All right, I see you, brother. I'll let you go. And then, hey, the fight is just now starting, and we're gonna do this either a Dem exit. We have to get a American People's Party or some other thing. We don't have to depend on that DNC. We got to let them go about their own business, and we got to do what's right for us. And there's enough of us now with the internet and everything else. We can give them a fight, just like we did. And that's all I got to say. And I just love you, Tim. And I just support the show. And you get your butt to the West Coast. Okay, that's it. Love y'all. And love everybody listening. Bye.
Love you, too. Thank you so much, sister, for calling in. Wow, that was a good clobber. Whoa. I know Joe. We know Joe. And most importantly, Joe knows us. So now, everybody, dig in your pocket. Give me all your money. I'm going to put it with my pharmaceutical money. Yeah, that's what we're going to put it with, my pharmaceutical money. It's us black folks. We understand. We need a big Cadillac. Real big Cadillac, nice rims on it. Chaka Khan. Chaka Khan. But no, you did well. I think that, I know it's tough, man. Like my family, for the most part, they are, my mom and my stepdad, my dad, he don't vote. They don't vote. My brother, yeah, he said, he's like Obama, Obama. He don't like Trump. They Bernie. Like my brother's Bernie. My sister, I don't even know. Like I never really talk politics with my older sister, my little sister. But I understand exactly how you feel about some people now. I had some friends that are delusional. They're like, Obama. But for the most part, like my other brother, oh man, he don't believe nothing that Obama ever said. He's like, guys seem like he sells, because my older brother used to sell cars. He's like, he sound like he trying to sell cars to me. He don't seem real to me, fam. Nah, he don't seem real. So I understand exactly where you're coming from, and and you're right. We got the internet now. We should be able to get the word out, and we don't feel alone. We got a lot of solidarity out there. People know what's going on, and you're right. Don't go, I'm what they call a heavyweight, lightweight. I can't smoke that stuff. The strain can't be that tough, man. I can't. People are making up words like, you want to smoke with us, Tim? I'm like, what you got? Well, I got the Widowmaker. Like, I don't think I want the Widowmaker. Do you have something that's like the nice day? You got a strain called the nice day. I'd like to have a nice day. I don't think I want to smoke the Widowmaker though. Slightly harder than a shot of Jack. You got a strain called slightly harder than a shot of Jack. I'll take that. I don't think I want the bubonic, the catatonic. I don't think I want that. The WMD. I don't want that. All right now. It's legal in Washington State. Y'all know that, right? Cannabis is legal in Washington State. All right. 602. You're live, Freedom Friday. What's your name? What's your comment?
It's Curtis.
Curtis.
Tim.
What's up,
you
my brother?
remember me?
Always, Curtis. How am I forget you, Curtis?
Listen, I'm going to have to try to tell you some things that you may not want to like.
Uh-oh.
Now, in regards to your election, you have the pussy grabber and the hair sniffer. You've got Corona and Corona Light. It makes no difference to the world elite of which person runs that office. The elite don't care. Sanders was threatened. Sanders was forced out. What's happened now is you're seeing the biggest shift of power and consolidation on the planet that you've ever seen. It just completely dwarfs what happened in 2008. What I'm trying to tell you is they don't care about your movement. They know by social media and the internet now, they have an insight just about what every person does or doesn't do or what they like in their medical history. They have ID'd all of us. They can pre-program what you're going to do before you do it, because all they have to do is take about 8 variables of who you are, and they can predict what you're going to do before you do it under any circumstances. The coronavirus is a takedown. It's the biggest massive shakedown the world has ever seen. It's not going to totally go away because they're already going to force the vaccines when the kids come in, and there might be some resistance in regards to vaccines. They're already talking about the Bill and Melinda Gates. Now, here's the thing. You know, Obama was a CIA asset. They recruited Obama as a black senator. There were a lot of Afro-Americans that were pretty liberal, that were decent people in the Democratic Party for some time, some of the older ones. They couldn't totally corrupt them. Obama was a CIA asset. Joe Biden is just a 2-dog trick chihuahua. That's all he ever was. That's all he is today. They could care if he gets in or not. The elite are in control. There's a company called the BlackRock Group. It's run by Lawrence Fink. It's the largest equity firm in the world. It's worth somewhere around $7 trillion. The Federal Reserve just wanted Fink to buy your entire country. He just bought most of all the assets of everything in this country, just recently. This is the biggest shift. So as far as the corona, you're going to be on Michael Moore. That's coming. That's a given. You're on Michael Moore. I don't know what else, but you're on Michael Moore. But the point I'm trying to say is they don't care. They can use the corona now as an isolated bioweapon. In other words, if I'm a carrier and I've been registered as a carrier and I want to take someone down that's elderly or has a condition because they already know what people's health conditions are. They already have the data on you. They could send someone over to your house and you catch the virus. This thing could be used over and over. Here's another thing. If you don't think the CIA is not infiltrating the World Health Organization, you have to be out of your mind. We fund almost $500 million to the World Health Organization. You don't think we have agents in there? You don't think they didn't know? The Pentagon, did you see Pompeo come out? What they're doing now is they're trying to stabilize the system by spreading the blood money out. And then if they can spend just enough blood money out, they can sucker just enough people off to roll with the system. But let me ask you something. The stock market's back up. The gains are coming back on. But who's going to get on an airplane? Who's going to get on a cruise ship? It's not going to happen. They don't care. And here's one other thing I want to tell you is very important. We're in the most escalated technological age ever have in technologies. They have robots coming out now that can pick a hair off your ass and weigh it and tell you how long it is and what color it is. They don't need that many people to maintain the world elite. The world elite want this planet. They want the resources. They don't want us. The coronavirus is basically a test. It's a beta test. They're testing you now to see how far you're going to go. They're testing you right now. As far as these politicians, the corona light makes no difference to them. How many rich, wealthy people do you think actually vote? How many movie stars are worth billions of dollars vote? How many rock stars? It makes no difference to them who gets in the office. Does Bill Gates actually go vote? None of them do. Come on. Even the wealthy athletes and entertainers, they don't vote because it makes no difference. Because if you have just enough people at the top that are getting their share, they control the people on the bottom. But I'm telling you right now, this corona's not going to go over with. Why do we have the most cases of any country? Now, you could say we were slow go, and Trump held it back, which is true. Why do we have the most cases? Come on. You're trying to tell me the CIA and the Pentagon knew about this thing months before. They're already embedded in the World Health Organization, and they're already embedded in the biolabs. You don't think we have people in there? We got people in there. So I think
90 seconds.
Obama was basically, I think they groomed him to be the first Afro-American president. The time was going to come. It may not have been the first in 2008. They might have, but they broke him out. But he was CIA. There was nothing you could do. He was groomed. But you can see what Trump's doing right now.
All right, Curtis,
He's
I gotta
gutting the
leave it there,
entire
brother.
government so it's lawless.
I gotta
I'm
leave
trying
it
to
there,
tell
Curtis. I gotta leave it there, brother. We both know you ain't gonna stop.
60
We both know you
seconds.
can keep right on going. So I gotta stop you. That's a sign of a good host. Curtis, you never change. You know, Curtis been calling this show with theories since 2012. I don't know, man. One of my brothers believes like theories like this. It's like, Tim, you know me, man. You know me. You know how I am, bro. You know how I am. Yeah, I know you. I know.
10 seconds.
All right, 707, you're live, Freedom Friday. What's your name? What is your comment?
Hey, this is Gregory Wonderwheel in Santa Rosa, California.
There he is. What's on your
Hi,
mind,
Tim.
Greg?
Hey, man. Well, there's so much to talk about this last week. I think you did cover the Whoopi Goldberg saying that Dr. Jill, that's Dr. Jill Biden, not Stein, she should be the Surgeon General. And somebody on her own show had to remind her that Dr. Jill is not a medical doctor. The View is just such a perfect petri dish for ignorance that it's amazing. Hey, so what we're seeing here, Medicare down to 60 or 50. People have to realize that Medicare has a copay. Medicare isn't free, and you still have to pay a copay to get the full medical benefits.
Wow.
You only get Medicare free. It looks like it's free when you get Social Security, and you don't get Social Security till you're 70, and or you're disabled.
65.
And then they take the 65 if you don't want to go get, if you want to get less than your full amount. Yeah, that's right. So I haven't signed into Social Security yet, and I have to pay over $100 a month copay for it for my Medicare Part B. And so with here we are, Biden. I'm not going to say anything bad about Bernie tonight, but I will say something bad about the Democrats because they want us to choose between two warmongering, rapist, habitual liars, and to choose the one who will give us the best Supreme Court justices. So, no, I'm not going to choose between those two. Two rapists, two warmongers, two liars. No thanks. First person I ever voted for in a presidential election was Shirley Chisholm in 1972 Democratic primary. She didn't win. I then voted for George McGovern, who was a progressive, in the general election, and that was the first and last Democrat I've ever voted for in the general election. When after McGovern, the Democratic Party changed the rules so that there would never be another progressive elected, and I still vote for progressives in the primaries, but since they always freeze them out, I never end up voting for the Democrat in the general, not even for Obama, because I didn't believe him for a second. I think you're right to point out that I like you is really the most important thing for most people in politics. They don't really care what the person's positions are. They just say, I like that candidate. I like that person. Just like Trump said, he could shoot somebody on Times Square, and the people who like him would still like him. So that really applies to both people. It applies to people who like Obama and just refuse to hear what Obama actually did. Same as to people who like Trump and refuse to pay attention to what Trump is actually doing. So that's why I say never backwards, never Biden, never Trump. And if I have a slogan, it's that we need to do politics by the golden rule, not the rule of gold. So, I think Curtis was like a patchwork of insight and fantasy. It's really funny listening to him because he's right on when he points out the money issue and the people, the wealthy people wanting their wealth, but then it kind of goes off the rails and it's like, oh man, why did you have to go there? But yeah, the golden rule, man. We have to do as we want others to do unto us, and if we want to do regime change interventions, then we should say, hey, okay, come and do a regime change intervention here. If we want to say Venezuela should be invaded because they can't do a fair election, then I'm sitting there looking, well, who's going to invade us because we haven't got fair elections? Which nation is going to help us out? So there you go. Perhaps sometime there'll be a coalition of all the countries that the United States has sanctions against, and they'll all get together and finally put a stop to it and say, well, okay, we're not going to do business with you. And then let's see how long that would last. That'd be terrific. So thanks for your good work, Tim. I love you, and I always love having fun with your with everybody who's in the Wolf Pack, where we all harp at each other whether we like or don't like Jimmy Dore. It's hilarious. But I like you and Jimmy Dore and Jamal Thomas and Kyle Kalinske. So and Bob TV Brown.
Hey, look, man,
those are all my good guys.
Hey, I appreciate you. And look,
all right, thanks.
And you're welcome, my friend. And look, hey, you know me, man. I got something to say about everybody and everything. But people make your own choices about who you watch. There's no reason why you should only have one channel, Johnson. But if you only had one channel, I hope it would be this channel. But yeah. Yeah. I'm going to go next call. Try to do a rapid fire and try to get as many people in as possible because I've been talking a little bit. 360. You're live, Freedom Friday. What's your name? What's your comment?
Good afternoon, Mr. Black. This is Jimmy T. from Washington State.
Jimmy, another Washington State caller. What's on your mind, Jimmy?
Well, as you had mentioned before, it's called Cherry Sweet. It's a sativa, which is a very fine brand that we feature here. But back to subject, breaking news is that our Tara Reid has filed an official complaint with Washington, D.C. police, and that makes it of record, even though the crime has passed statute of limitations. If you are not to slander a person, it is to go openly to the police, raise your hand, and swear. I say that that's enough to believe that woman. To me, that's testimony.
Well, yeah.
So Mr. Biden, quite frankly, is a puppet. He's the executive branch. Neither him or Trump that take that position. The only thing they can do is sign the legislation that is sent to their desk. Line item veto if they care to. But other than that, our focus now, tactically, since Bernie is no longer campaigning openly, but he retains his delegates, is to vigorously oppose any of the down-ticket candidates that will openly swing to Biden, throwing their Hillary 2.0 glaze to the sunlight. So now we can use this clearly as a litmus test to go, no, truly, Senator and other representatives, that your stance with Mr. Biden shows that you are in complete, copulation with the DNC, and that we progressives reject that, because as soon as we can take that party, Tom Perez will be kicked to the curb, walking down the street with a basket full of papers, mumbling to himself. And that is how we'll play that. And for you, mister, I would like to say chin up, carry on, and we are on to victory. Good day, sir.
Good day, sir. Thank you for the phone call, my friend. I love the optimism. And, yeah, kicking out Tom Perez would be sweet, wouldn't it? Goodness gracious, Tom Perez. Hey, everybody, I love you guys. I'm a sellout. That's how he talks. I have another 360. Yeah, let me go to the second 360 number that's in the queue.
I have another 360.
Hey, 360, you're live, Freedom Friday.
Hi, Tim. This is Greg in Montana.
Hey, Greg.
I didn't miss your Manchurian Candidate reference. I just wanted to bring that up. But, you know, Bernie might be laying in wait and letting other people sling the mud against Joe Biden. Tara Reid just filed criminal complaint against Joe Biden in Washington, D.C. So I think that Bernie is a long player, and the game isn't over by a long shot. We got 2 months here before the primaries even really kick back up.
Yeah.
You know, and what can happen between now and then? The game is changing daily. And Biden, he can't hold up against the pressure. So what's going to happen? We don't know.
Right.
We don't know. And I think Bernie is smarter than we are when this game, you know, comes down to playing this game. And I just want to say, you know, this bailout, you know, all these corporations have had an opportunity since 2008 to get free money, zero interest money.
Yeah.
And what did they do? They took it and they bought back their own stock and drove up the price, which used to be illegal and probably will be again soon, and then kicked it back to themselves in, you know, golden parachutes. And, you know, they don't need the money. They don't need that money. They could have saved the money. They could have saved it for a rainy day, but that's not the way they work. They're running the show, so they're going to get the dough. That's all there is to it. And people need to wake up. You know, some of your callers have been absolutely right on, even if they're way out there. You know, the guys behind the scenes that pull the strings of the DNC don't care if you're a Democrat or a Republican.
True.
And they are invested in the pharmaceutical industries and hospitals and Exxon, et cetera, just like the RNC side. And they don't care. Don't fall for this shit. Look what is going to happen in 2 months when people can't pay their rent. All these restaurants go out of business and all the associated personnel involved there. What people got their back against the wall, they're virus or not, they're going to get out in the street. They're going to get out in the street, and we're going to see something we never seen before. And, you know, I got a lot more to say. But I got to tell you, man, what you're doing is really special. It's extraordinary. I mean, to have this multifaceted format of communication, nobody else is doing this. Jimmy Dore isn't doing this. And I like Jimmy, but you're doing it, man. And I'll tell you what, people need to appreciate that, what you're doing. I don't know. I'm going to kind of cut it short, but, you know, this thing with Joe Biden and his sexual improprieties, it's going to come home to roost here. You know, that gal is not lying. She's not lying.
No, she's not.
And you know, and what Biden did, you know, I just had a talk with my sister earlier today. I said, how can any female in this country back the play of a guy like Joe Biden when we know what he's been up to? We know his character, and we know what he did to Anita Hill. He made a deal with Republicans in the Senate to keep Anita Hill from presenting her 4 witnesses.
Right.
And then put Clarence Thomas, a do-nothing whatever, in the Supreme Court. How can we forgive that? How can we forget? She had nothing to say. It's eye-opening, but I can't forgive, and I think that we're going to be well reminded of the behavior of Joe Biden and Bill Clinton and people like them. I believe every woman that came forward against Bill Clinton. I believe every word that Anita Hill said before the Senate. Gee, there's nothing to gain. There's no money in it. I'm not making a book deal, etc. So I'll let you take the floor from here. I thank you for this platform. It's important, extremely.
Well, thank you, Greg, for the kind words, brother, and for your comments, man. And I appreciate it. And you're right. I mean, it's horrendous that people give Joe Biden a pass. But in the words of Whoopi Goldberg, I mean, come on. It wasn't rape. She still has a job and makes a lot of money. 646. You're live Freedom Friday. What's your name? What's your comment?
Hey, Tim, it's PJ from New York.
PJ, what's up, man?
Hey, how's it going, man? I just wanted to come in with a little fresh dose of optimism. I'm so glad I didn't have to follow Curtis, man. That was a tough act to follow. But I just wanted to provide a quote real quick from Bernie Sanders. We are not a movement where I can snap my fingers and say to you or to anybody else what you should do because you won't listen to me. You shouldn't. You'll make these decisions yourself. So as a Bernie supporter in New York who totally plans on voting for him in the New York primary, even if his name isn't on the ballot, even if there are no ballots, he still has my vote. So there's no universe in which I would ever vote for Biden. I mean, the obvious sex allegations, his historical failure of a career, completely being anti-progressive, the most Republican Democrat you could think of. But I really respect your show. I really respect you because, and like you said earlier today in the show, that people got their comments and whatnot. To quote one of my favorite rappers, Tech9, too many people of power afraid to say things because they don't want consumers to stop their pay streams. So there are a lot of popular people in media, both mainstream and independent, who basically, it's a popularity contest. And the problem with that is that everyone, wants the people they like to be right. That's why popular people are so dumb, and that's why Joe Biden and his cronies can eat a double-decker shit sandwich, because it wasn't Bernie that was popular, it was his policy, it was his ideas, it was what he was fighting for that resonated with us. Right. Now, when I say that, like, Bernie has a personality that I personally love. I would love to have lunch with the man and just pick his brain on things, but he rubs the wrong people the wrong way. And so that's why we have the mainstream media constantly trying to demonize him, demonize us. For years, since 2016, I've been called everything from sexist for not supporting Hillary Clinton to being a Trump supporter for not getting behind Biden. Okay, but the thing that you mentioned earlier about the older generation and the lack of internet in their life and how they watch the news, but they don't get their news from online. They just go on Facebook to share pictures with their grandkids and whatnot. Well, with every piece of technology, internet, the printing press, even just reading and writing, with every piece of technology that has come up in human civilization, there has always been pushback. Even Socrates was against reading and writing. He said it was for the weak of mind. And so I see I kind of compare Joe Biden to Socrates, and I compare Bernie Sanders to Diogenes, the philosopher who walked through Athens in the middle of the day with a lantern saying, I'm looking for an honest man. Okay, he was the person calling him out. And when Alexander the Great came to Diogenes and asked him, is there anything that I can do for you as Alexander the Great, King of Kings? He said, yeah, you can get out of my sunlight.
Wow.
Okay, so it's something that, Bernie Sanders has started a movement that can't be stopped, and it won't be stopped. And we're going to keep fighting. We're going to keep going on because we're in the end game now. Okay, it's something that the clock's running. We won't get another chance to make this right with climate change bearing down on us. And I don't expect people to take climate change seriously because there's still people who don't take COVID-19 seriously. There are people who, I read an article where COVID-19, was going to hit the gay community really hard because of HIV and AIDS, which is an understandable, article to put out there because it's not just the old people that are affected or the young, but the immune compromised, COPD, HIV, AIDS, so on. I could go on. Even diabetes. So it's something that that Twitter trolls, flock to say, oh, how can COVID-19 be homophobic? No, COVID-19 is not homophobic. You're homophobic, you selfish prick. No, it's about the immune compromised. And the thing is like we live in a world of science and technology where very few people understand that science and technology. So what I propose to people at home, if you're listening, try to learn as much as you can. Take this time that you have off to learn and grow and become aware of things because it's looking like it's going to be all on us now. Anyway, thank you, Tim, so much. I love your show, and I hope to see a Wolfpack patch for my activist vest, my protest vest, because I would love a TV patch or a Wolfpack patch to put on my vest. So whenever I'm protesting, you might see it on CNN or something. All right.
Hey, I like that idea, man. Thank you, PJ. I appreciate it, man. And you got me thinking about a documentary that I watched on YouTube. It's about the 1918 pandemic, the pandemic of 1918, H1N1. Some people refer to it to a derogatory term of it, the Spanish flu, which was just to demonize people from Spanish origin. We call it the H1N1. And the viciousness of that pandemic and how it swept through, and it was horrifying to hear the tale and to look at the news clippings and just the ravaging it did of towns, of cities. It was so we have to take COVID-19 very seriously. But look at anybody get an opportunity. You got time. Well, if you have time, some of us are essential workers. Check out the 1918 pandemic. But thank you for your comments there. I don't know where. Oh, the other thing I wanted to say about Bernie suspending his campaign. It wasn't as if there was a whole lot of campaigning going on anyway. That's a point I meant to make the other day. But I wanted to keep the video tight and to the point. But it wasn't as if there are no rallies. There can't be. So he's taking heat for not shutting down the election, for not telling everybody don't vote, which I don't even know if he can legally do as a person running in an election to tell people don't come out and vote. Of course, we want people to vote by mail-in ballots. We don't want people going to the polls. But I seen Bernie getting discredited for not forcefully, more like exerting and saying, "Hey guys, don't vote." But then when he suspends his campaign, you still mad. I don't know which one you want him to do. But it's like he kept his delegates. He still got to go to the convention, and people can still vote if they do mail-in ballots, and he's still going to be on the ballot. But the only difference is he won't be campaigning, which he couldn't do anyway. and there's a pandemic going on, and it's like a complete jackass if he does campaign. So it was a really bad situation, like totally bad situation for anybody to be in. It's like no good choices. But thank you, PJ, for it. I appreciate it. I have another 646. Got a couple 646 numbers in the queue. 646, you're live, Freedom Friday. What's your name? What's your comment? That's you. I hear you breathing. Hello? 646? Going once. Gone. Okay. 662. You're live on Freedom Friday. What's your name? What's your comment?
Tim, I'm on.
That's you, yes.
Man, I'm so glad I'm on, man. Listen, Tim, I want to thank you. I want to thank you. You might not remember me. I talked to you like in the summer. Maybe it was the summer or something like that. And I was telling you about my mom and the church and how I was going to convince them to, vote.
Yeah, you from like the Carolinas, right?
No, sir. I'm from Mississippi.
Mississippi,
North
okay.
Mississippi.
Okay. What's up, man?
Yeah, and I was trying to, I was talking to you about convincing my mom to vote for Bernie.
Right.
And I was like, the church was not, you know what I'm saying, like feeling the same thing. But I'm going to tell you this story. This what happened. I took my mom and I took her to a hole. And she was like, what is this? What is this? I said, it's YouTube. Get in there. And I pushed my mom down into that YouTube hole. And I don't know if you've seen the movie Clock Red Orange, but I put the clips on her eyes and I made her watch YouTube over and over. And she was like, well, Bernie too old. I said, Biden, they the same age. And I stepped putting them eye drops in the eyes, and I kept on making her watch it. And she was like, fighting me. So finally, I got tired. I was like, what I'm going to do? And I remember you said just sprinkle some facts on her. So I went back and I set her down to YouTube, and I let her just see Joe Biden talking about how he was going to cut Social Security.
Oh.
And out his own words, man, I'm telling you, Tim.
Yes.
You have this superpower. I have the same superpower that we can look into a person's eyes and look behind their eyes, and you can see that world, and that world just crumbled. My mom's world crumbled. Like, I thought this, and that. CNN was telling me this. MSNBC was telling me this, and it was all a lie. And I was able to get to my mom and reach out to her. And, like, after the election, my mom was laying in the bed. I went to her house, and I seen her. And I said, Mom, who did you vote for? She said, I voted for the person you told me to vote for. But he lost. I said, but it's okay, Mama. You voted for the right person. You voted for the person who stood up for civil rights. And you didn't vote for the person that was a segregationist. I said, so you can lay there, and I know he lost in Mississippi, but you can feel free to know that you voted for the right person. And I just want everybody to know. I know that, believe it or not, Bernie, people that work for Bernie, they watch this show. And Biden people will be a fool if they didn't watch this show. But I know they watch this show. I'm telling you right now, I would never vote for Biden. Never. Biden, besides my mom and dad, Biden put more influence in my family than any other person. He locked up my friends for drugs. Like, they went to jail for marijuana. And I went to school with these people. I went to school with these guys. They was my best friends. And they came out not the same no more. They innocence was taken. They went to Parchment. Their innocence was taken. They took my brother down to Parchment. And as soon as he went into Parchment, I asked him the story of how it was in Parchment. As soon as you go down to Parchment, they strip you naked. They got a dog, a Rottweiler, with a gold grill. And they will ask you, all those tattoos that's on your body, what does it mean? And my brother told me it was one guy that would refuse to tell them what those tattoos mean. And they beat him down. They beat him down. They was all naked. And they made him go to the end of the line after they beat him. So everybody else knew to explain what they tattoos mean. My friends came out of prison with tattoos all over their face. Their innocence was taken. I had two friends, my best friends. One was an uncle, one was a nephew, and you know how that go. You know, like they the same age, but you know how that go.
I do.
They the same age, but they like 2 years apart.
Right.
And one was a vice lord, and one was a gangster. The uncle was the vice lord, and the nephew was a gangster. But we all the same age, so but they was not the same. We didn't joke the same. We didn't talk the same. Like, it's like I lost them. And the oldest one, that was the vice lord, that was 2 years older. He started a family, so he got into it with his wife. He would never put his hand on this woman, never. So they got into a big argument, and he kicked the air conditioner out the window. So his wife called his probation officer. He went to jail. He violated probation. So when I seen him, I was like, "Where you been, man?" He was like, "Man, I went back to jail." You know what I'm saying? My wife called the probation officer on me. But they got into an argument. But the thing is, Tim, the air conditioner was his. It was his air conditioner. So, like, the place was his place. You know what I'm saying? It was his wife, but everything was in his name. He kicked his air conditioner out because he was mad. They was arguing. But that just showed me that if you on papers, you can't even get mad if you black. You can't even get that was his. So if he punched holes in it, every wall in his house is his house.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? Joe Biden did that to my family, to my friends, that we can't even get mad, and we can't even tear up our own stuff. We can't do that. So it's hard for me to understand how anybody can get in line with a guy like this. When you say Barack Obama was his VP, when he just told Flint to drink the water. Just think if the folks still listened to him and drunk that water by that time, they would have cancer. And they got a plague. They will be dead. Barack Obama didn't do nothing for us. Name one thing he did for us. It's hurtful.
I hear you, man. I hear you. I gotta go, but I want you to know You did an excellent job with your mom. We admire what you did.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Thank
Great
you.
job.
Thank you. Thank you.
And you definitely stay in touch with me, man. I don't want to hear from you at Christmas time. Be the next time I hear from you. Hope I hear from you before then, brother. Keep your head up. And you're right. Doing the right thing is always the right thing to do. So thank you for calling the show. I appreciate it. I got to keep it moving, guys. 443. You're live on Freedom Friday. What's your name? What's your comment?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, yes.
All right, hey Tim. It's Big Kookie from Texas.
Hey.
I'm riding through this pandemic solo.
Wow.
Love you, love your show, and we're going to need a lot more love. Super Tuesday, I waited at my computer, waiting for a Bernie victory. I was waiting to taste blood, politically. I was waiting for a moment of catharsis, and that never happened. Earlier on this night, I heard Eric, and he was right. We're going to have to express solidarity. We're going to have to look out for people like Chris Smalls at Amazon. We got to take advantage of this moment. I learned a lot this electoral race. I learned politics is really just an expression of power. And when Barack Obama picked up that phone, he showed us his power. And they've showed their hands. And what they're doing is they're radicalizing an entire generation. What we have to do in this moment is we have to build power. We have to express it quickly because climate change puts us all on a shot clock. You have to call your representative. You have to let them know how much they suck. You have to make it clear this isn't a 4-year one-time thing. We have to make it clear they have to look back in the mirror for us every freaking day. It's not Bernie. It's us. It's us. Honestly. I think we have to go through students, like in the immediate term. We have to go through the students of this country. They have to protest this nonsense and get the teachers on their side. Historically, we have Illinois teachers. We have Arizona teachers. They've shown us successful protests in the recent past. We have a large student movement and protests in conjunction with the teachers' unions and other unions such as the DSA, Black Lives Matters. Maybe we can get like a snowball effect, you know? Maybe we can get workers to, like kind of like Occupy Wall Street situation. We have to have clear goals that could, have like that can maybe snowball into like a general strike. You know what I'm saying? We have to have good policy. Like we have to figure out how to like this is like we have a more difficulty. This is going to be difficult because we have to contend with this election. A lot of people are disaffected. They're down, but we have to like look forward. We have to contend with Corona. We have to figure out what we're going to do for this 2022 election. Honestly, guys, we have to like get off Twitter. Like that's going to make you depressed. Like get off Twitter. Watch Malcolm X interviews. Watch MKO Abiola interviews. Watch Slavoj Žižek. Read some history. Read class notes by Adolf Reed. Read Nikolai Machiavelli. Read James Carville. Read Bill Clinton. We have to figure out how to win. After that, please follow me at Big Kookie on Twitter. I'm also on YouTube. Tim, I love your stuff. Take care, Johnson. Love you.
Thank you. I appreciate you, man, for calling up. And, yeah, it's time for us to expand our minds, expand our knowledge. I definitely agree with that. 989. You're live on Freedom Friday. What's your name? What's your comment?
Oh.
Hello.
Hi, this is Pam. Can you hear me?
Yes, I got you. Go right ahead.
Hi, Tim Black. I'm glad I got through, and great calls tonight. I appreciate your show. I recalled you before and let you know that, and it has always been inspiring and uplifting to hear your broadcast, and it is an honor that you have this live available for the people to be able to make their comments. And just keep up the good work, and I've already written a lot of comments as your show progressed, so I'm going to give the opportunity to your next caller.
Well, thank you, Pam, for the quick call, and thank you for the kind words as well. We appreciate you. 509, you're live on Freedom Friday. What's your name? What's your comment?
Freedom Friday. What's your name?
Hello, is that me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, go right ahead.
Is it you? Oh, hey. My name is Patrick from Washington. How you doing?
Hey, Pat.
I first of all, I just want to say, yeah, like so many great calls tonight. I just love hearing from everybody. I love that you take calls. I love you, Bernie fam. You guys are amazing.
It's amazing and inspiring and uplifting to hear everybody talking. I'm calling because I'm just really worried about the despair and the hopelessness that this is going to cause Bernie suspending his campaign. And, if it doesn't actually end up with a Bernie victory, and I'm so hopeful, but, you got to look at the writing at the wall sometimes. But if it doesn't end up with Bernie winning the nomination, I think, honestly, we should go to the DNC, to the convention, and we should protest, and we should make a big ruckus. I know we did that last time, but this time we have a bigger movement, and I think we're a lot more pissed off, and we have a lot more evidence about how they screwed Bernie, about how Obama was working behind the scenes to mess everything up for him, and how they totally fudged the election results so bad that the exit polls are like catastrophically off in a number of states. So I think we should go and we should protest and we should say, hey, you're the Democratic Party. Democratic is in your fucking name. You should actually be democratic. It should be a democratic process. We should have solid demands like, I don't know, paper ballots maybe, mail-in every state, ranked choice voting. I know, we can't do that in general elections, but there's no reason we can't do that in a primary. Maybe that we could actually get rid of corporate donors and any donations above $2,700. We all agree that that's a good idea. Like, why can't we do that as a party? Why can't we demand that as a party? At the very least, we should ask that we have a party that is actually like less of a Jim Crow voter suppression engine of destroying democracy than the Republican Party is right now, because the Democrats are just as bad, if not worse. So, I think we could go with very solid demands, and we could demand shit, and we could make them, if they're not going to listen to us, we can make them arrest us, and we can make them sick the dogs on us, and we can make them show everybody in this country just how corrupt and vile they are, and just how much they are willing to resort to violence in order to basically destroy democracy and silence dissent.
Thank you, Pat.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say.
Well, thank you, Pat, for the comment, man. We appreciate it, and we're going to have to make some noise this time. We made noise last time. I went to Philadelphia, and I'm looking forward to going to Milwaukee. Cash me outside. 949, you're live, Freedom Friday. What's your name? What's your comment?
Oh, hello?
Yes.
Is that me?
Yes, it is.
Oh, you can hear me?
Yes.
Oh, cool. Oh, hey. Hey, Tim.
Hey.
You're awesome, by the way.
Thank you.
You are just the man. Thank you so much for all your positivity, seriously. This is B, or BK, as you call me, from Vegas?
Yes.
Yeah.
What's up, BK?
No, I just wanted to say, everybody stay positive and just follow what it is. It's all about all of us helping each other, especially during this time frame. Try to find somebody that you can help as much as you can. And remember, it's always not me, us. Always.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, BK. I appreciate you, man. And stay safe in Vegas, man. Do that. And you're right, not me, us. It's the motto for a reason. Makes sense. We need to employ it. 203, you're live, Freedom Friday. What's your name? What's your comment?
Hi.
Hey.
Oh, I didn't know if I was on or not. I've been waiting for quite a while. I'm Lydia from Connecticut, first-time caller. I just had two little things I wanted to say. They're important. To not give up hope. If you still have the primaries in your state, vote for Bernie, because the more delegates he has, that matters. And there's something starting up, the People's Party. Look it up on Google. It's going to be a progressive party. All the kind of stuff Bernie's policies are in there. It looks really good. So if we can actually start up a third party that's for progressives, that would be the best. And the other thing, about corona virus. They did a study in the UK. There's this Dr. John Campbell who has his own video every day, does updates. He's a really, really good guy.
Yes.
And he's a real doctor. He was saying they did a study in the UK about vitamin D, the importance of it. They did a double-blind study. Some people got a placebo. Some people got vitamin D. The people that had vitamin D did much better fighting respiratory infections, whether they were bacterial or viral. And the darker your skin is, you probably got lower levels of D because it takes more sunshine for your skin to make vitamin D. So it'd be a really good idea for everybody to take a supplement because, it's been winter. Nobody's been getting sun on their skin. We're all covered up for the cold weather. Look it up. Ask your doctor about it. It'd be really important whether you catch the flu or whether you catch this horrible virus to help you fight it. And you could check out that guy's videos. He's really good, Dr. John Campbell. He's in the UK. Really updates you and gives you the facts about this terrible virus. And thanks for your show, Tim. I really love it. I enjoy it. I'm an older white woman, but you're fantastic in that you're speaking to all people. It's what you're saying really matters, especially in these times. And I appreciate the things I've learned from watching you.
Well, thank you so much, Lydia, for the comment. And thank you for plugging Dr. John Campbell. That's the doctor that I tune into. So someone, Gidget, I met Gidget and her husband, great people. And she suggested Dr. John Campbell. And that's who was telling, I share his content with my family because he's so on point. He gives you facts. He breaks it down in a way that's digestible for lay people. And like he was explaining the distance of traveling of virus, how it can travel, how it's transferred, the transmittability of viruses, coughing, sneezing, and just breathing, just so you understand why this virus is so easily spread. But you're right. I did see about the vitamin D, and just so happens I did order some vitamin D today because I saw his. Now the only thing is, I know you got to kind of work to get your dosage right. So that's the only thing. But I'm like, it's better to have them. So let me go ahead and order some vitamin D. So I did. So thank you, Lydia. I appreciate you, Dr. John Campbell. 360. 360, here we go. You're live, 360. What's your name? What's your comment? There you go. 360. I hear you. You're live. 360. Okay. Okay. It is getting late. People will probably be falling asleep with the phone in their hand. 802. You live on Freedom Friday. What's your name? What's your comment? 802.
All right. Hey, Tim. How's it going?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Good. Boy, yeah. I mean, I first called in like 3 hours ago, so you got a long queue, and
yeah,
that's how it goes to get on there. But man, what a great group of people calling in. I mean, the things that I want to talk about, it just gets changed by what I mean, the guy that talked to his mom that didn't know any better, and he told her about and it showed her the video, the Social Security thing with Biden, and then she voted for Bernie. And I mean, that's just like gold. And it's just so many of these people. I mean, you got the best people, man. It's awesome.
You're one of them.
My name is Daryl. I'm Daryl. I'm from Vermont, where Bernie Sanders is from. So it's been rough with him dropping out. A lot of things to unpack on that. Trying to keep this real short for you. I mean, when I was a kid, he was mayor of Burlington. But he's been the only politician that really spoke to me. So when I was in college, like, he would come and like talk in the dining hall, and we'd all gather together and be like, this is the only politician that really makes any sense. So, and then going through 2016, and then like this thing with, it's rough with. So I'm with you. I never turn against Bernie. I do have some critiques about, like, really right now, why would you quit? But I guess I want to talk about something else. Is like, really with the Democratic Party. I mean, really that Barack Obama came in, and you mentioned it about how Joe Biden had everyone just quit, but no, it was Barack Obama. He was behind that whole thing on a bloody Monday before Super Tuesday. And really, why did that have to happen? And why during the whole debates did in 2020? I mean, back in the early 90s, Hillary Clinton was for like universal health care. So the Democratic Party has to like be so against Bernie that they just have to have this whole. The first time they've actually done something that's like strategic and actually works is just to get rid of Bernie.
Yes.
And then for Biden, are you fucking kidding me? Like, this guy, really? I mean, they didn't like Biden from the beginning. They were just trying out all these other people, like Buttigieg. Oh, maybe Klobuchar. Oh, Klobuchar. The media and the whole. It's like, really. Why is it so important for you guys to defeat the actual ideas that were supposed to be part of the Democratic Party all along, and now we're ended up in this situation? It's just it's unfathomable. I can't. I still can't. I'm still in shock, really, about this. It's like, I mean, what was so threatening about Bernie Sanders, other than your money interests, that you couldn't just be like, oh, these are the ideals that we've been going for, and other countries have been doing it for fucking decades. You motherfucker. Sorry. Is it okay to swear on your show? I'm sorry.
Yeah, Daryl, I appreciate it though, man. I gotta move the comments on, man. And folks, if you are on the phone lines, I'm looking at the call queue. It looks like I bounced back from the rut I was in because there's only a few minutes more left on the phone lines, and I've got like 20 more calls in the queue. So come to the YouTube channel, give a couple bucks to get a super chat, and I'll read your comment. I don't have to agree with it to read it, and just make your comments. So go to YouTube now before the phone line cuts out, because I won't be able to tell you to do that after the phone line's cut. I don't control the link, the cutting of the phone line. It's the phone service gives us 3 hours. So I'm going to go to the next call and try to get people in. 325.
It's Curtis, nigga. Nah, man. This Shantez, bro. Yeah. Yo, before I start my rant, I know, like you just said, it's mad people calling in. But I just wanted to give everybody in the chat room and you, Tim, a suggestion real quick. You know how a lot of people is like laid off right now and they trying to find stuff to watch. They talking about Tiger King and all this shit. Right. So check it out. I found out there's a brand new show. It's like a new Amos and Andy. It's called Clyburn and Lewis. Them niggas can tap dance their ass off, boy. I'm telling you, shit's nice. But anyways, had to get that out the way, man. So check this out, man. I was going to call in, and I was like, should I be more moderate today, or should I be my regular, fiery self? And I was like, I can't cheat you in the chat room out, man. So, I've been kind of depressed, man. I hear a lot of people talk about America. We're the greatest country on the planet. Love it or leave it. You know how people used to say that shit back in the day. But my thing was like this, like, how we the greatest country, yet we don't care if people get medical attention. We don't care if people get higher education. And it kind of pains me because, I don't know, man, maybe I was raised differently, but I remember back in the day when I was a kid in the neighborhood, if somebody passed away and, we all knew the person, we'll take a bucket of chicken, a pie of cake, give somebody $20, say, hey, sorry for your loss, We looked out for each other. We don't do that no more. And that's the sad part, man, because it's like, what happened to us, man? Why we stop looking out for each other? There's a lot of people that got laid off, like I told you, man. I might have to go back to doing pro fighting and pro wrestling and making beats just to pay bills because we live in a world where politicians is kind of like, it's kind of like when you first meet somebody, and you date, y'all fucking all the time, y'all eating out, you laughing at each other, shitty jokes. You don't even want to hang up the phone. Oh, you hang up. No, you hang up. I tell you what, we just fall asleep together. And then after a while, they get comfortable. They get complacent. They stop doing what they did when they met you. Because they figure, shit, this nigga ain't going nowhere. Motherfucker, shit, I've been with you for 5 years. You ain't going nowhere. And that's how the politicians treat us, man. They like, who you going to vote for? You ain't going nowhere. So they put up shitty politicians for us to vote for. Because they feel that we just going to take what they give us.
Yep.
That's bullshit, man. Yeah. Like, bro, it's like if you give me a choice between a Pinto and an old-ass station wagon, over 20,000 miles, you say, man, which one you want? I'm like, damn, they both ain't shit. I can't get to work in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, and that's what I feel, man. But at the end of the day, bro, that's the thing. With us, man, we gonna keep Bernie. Like I said, we gonna keep his things alive, man, because you gotta understand something, man. Bernie he's like the nice big brother. He was trying to warn all these people. He said, yo, I'm trying to help y'all out. If y'all don't like me, you're not going to like my other siblings. We the siblings. You done fucked our brother over. Now we coming for that ass. See, we was trying to do things right. We was trying to be cool. We were saying, hey, look, man, Medicare for all, education. If you're un-American if you feel people shouldn't get the right to be treated if they get sick. You're un-American if you feel that a person who may not have the financial means to go to college, you give them the opportunity to go to college and contribute to this world. If you take that away from folks, how can you sit up here and say that you're an American citizen when you don't care? You don't care about what others have. And that's because politicians, they don't live like us. They have everything at their fingertips. The Curtin Johnsons, a.k.a. Whoopi Goldbergs, who defended Ted Danson when he was in blackface, they got everything at the palm of their hands, Tim. You know why? You sitting up here looking in your refrigerator, you got a pack of pork chops and a pack of chicken wings, and you like, damn, I can't cook all my food because, shit, I gotta make this last to next week. These motherfuckers can call an assistant, I want Peking duck with a light lemon sauce and 2 steaks at the palm of their fucking hands. They don't give a fuck about us because they don't live like us. They don't care. So now since you don't care, we don't care. We come for that ass, Tim. Wolfpack, I love y'all. Like I tell y'all all the time. I'm going to come up with my own shit, guerrilla revolution, a subpar of your Wolfpack, Tim. We're going to be the field soldiers. We taking over. Joy Reid, Roland Martins, all y'all, we gave y'all the opportunity. Y'all fucking threw it away. Y'all didn't give a fuck about us, so we're not giving a fuck about y'all. I'm sorry I'm not my usual funny self, but I'm in the spirit right now, bro.
All right,
because
Shantez.
at the end of the day, man.
Thank you, Shantez, for the phone call, man. I appreciate it, man. And wow. Shantez, man, you are, yeah, bruh. Yeah, bruh. 425, you're live Freedom Friday. What's your name? What's your comment?
Hey, Tim. It's Chad here in Seattle.
Chad, what's up, bro?
I just wanted to call and be brief so I can get... Hey, man. Yeah, we're living it. That's for sure. Rocking my apocalyptic chic for sure. Got the beard going and everything like earlier it was discussed. But, yeah, I'll be brief so I can get to the rest of your calls. So, I got a mom down south, and she trusts 2 things. And since we're talking about moms and everything, might as well just share my piece of that pie because she trusts the government and she trusts her pastor. And so the problem here is that pastor is telling her to come to church and hold hands and fucking hug and all this bullshit. And I'm telling her, don't fucking do that shit. I know you like to go to church. I know you like to do it every Sunday and every Wednesday. And I know that that's something that you enjoy, but you got to at least take a moment in time and just think about this and trust me on this, because, I've looked into this and I don't want you're at risk. You've got complications and I don't want you to get harmed. I don't want you to get harmed. I don't want you to die because you're my mom and you're the only colonel in my family, right? So we've got this influence in her life that I can't fight because she trusts that pastor, but she certainly damn would trust the government over her pastor if we had a responsible one. Wow. So I'm an ardent Bernie supporter. I'm not a rich man, not by any means, but I almost maxed out contributions to his campaign, and I enjoyed spending every single penny of it and putting it into his coffer because I've never done that before with anybody. So I'm just going to pretend for a second that Bernie does listen to this show. I'm going to just
Thank you for
try to
using
stay
Blog
cool for
Talk
a moment.
Radio. Goodbye.
Damn. Damn, damn, damn. I think Chad's called up a number of times. And I'm going to think, I would think that Chad would finish his call by saying, Bernie, if you are listening, or anybody who's listening who has access to Bernie, tell Bernie, just like you suspended this campaign, you should unsuspend your campaign. There's going to be a lot of fire that Biden's going to be taking on very soon. This is going to show just how unelectable he is. Bernie Sanders will still have his delegates. Trump is already leading Biden in the national polls without all of the stuff that's going to be thrown at Biden. What could they throw at Bernie Sanders? Oh, yeah, that's right. He's a socialist. At a time in history where we need it more than ever. In a time where people are like, hey, we about to get a check? Yeah, that's socialism. That check, that's socialism. Still hate it? Nah, we need more of it. Kind of hard to use that against Bernie right now, isn't it? So I think Chad would like to say, Bernie Sanders, I understand why you did what you did. Understand that your name going to be called again real soon. And we hope when we call that you answer the call. All right, guys, let me go to comment sections now. I had a great, once again, you called, all the callers, fantastic, amazing calls, different folks, different voices. You can't, it's amazing. You guys make the show fantastic. Thank you for making this show viable, making it relevant, and showing that some other shows, they do their thing, but we do our thing. And it's important. And you ain't always got to agree with me. But if nothing else, me having this call-in show twice a week, yeah, it shows I get some things right. My heart's in the right place, and definitely my callers, you can't knock it. So let me go to the comment section and see what I got. Amazing, people, amazing. You guys got me sounding like Jesse Lee Peterson up in this joint. Amazing. Amazing. Yeah, I know we're not for everybody, but just so happens I'm glad we got some people. Like we got Philip, who became a member tonight. Thank you, Philip. Sheldon Hughes. Thank you for having my back, Sheldon. Appreciate you, Sheldon. Kelly Bernie. So glad to have you, Tim. Been unsubbing from the faux progressive sites all week. I can't say I feel bad for him. Consistency matters. That's what we're going to be here. There was a time I was like, oh, man, learning my way, but last 4 years, solid as a rock. I know what I stand for, and we're going to let success, if it ever comes, it's going to just come because I'm not chasing it. Buddy. Hey, buddy, thank you for being stalwart, you and Bernie. Thank you, buddy. Dallas Taylor said trillions in bailouts is for botched trade war. Economic impact of COVID not yet known. True. Phase 1 ended in January in shock when Navarro memo ignored. Hera Rain Dog. Tim, you're naturally funny, more improv than scripted, which means more wit. Thank you, my brother. Appreciate that. Pam Hall, thank you, Pam. Susan Beaver, liquor store story, hilariously, tragically told. It's true. I almost wished I would have filmed it. It was that bad. New Doughboy, what's up, New Doughboy? I saw you, man. NBW Doughboy. Why I keep saying new? Because I need to wear my glasses. He said, thanks for what you do, Tim. Thanks for allowing us to speak how we feel. Much love to you, my friend. Oopsie. Burn the DNC. Shaka Sickles. Y'all doing fine work, Tim. Let her call it modality. It's real important, and we push back against establishment airwaves. Kaneen got. This is still hot. This cup is crazy big. I bought it online. I had no way of knowing it was going to be this big. But it keeps things hot. My coffee's still hot, y'all. And that's with the tab open. So, he said, I work at Boeing in St. Louis, Missouri as a software engineer. I just want to let you know that Dave Calhoun, Boeing CEO, is trying to lay off all of the older, higher paid employees. Not enough characters. Damn. That's horrible, brother. For what? Just to do it, huh? Just to trim the staff. Yeah, but they'll get a bailout, right? Why would Boeing need a bailout? Dave Melwood, thank you, Tim, for all you do. Remind Johnson's Bernie's delegate form B2020.me delegate. Thank you, Tim, for all you do. Remind Johnson's Bernie's delegate form B2020.me delegate. Huh. LacUXX, thanks for what you do, and the name is James. You got it, James. Thanks, brother. Appreciate you. David Massell, my friend. I said something bad about Biden. My bad. Swear jar. No, not a swear jar. Don't swear jar. You good. Roger says, whenever someone tells you to vote third party and no vote at all, or vote for the GOP, you tell them, yet you vote for the Dem and you get GOP policies anyway. I love it. Thank you, Roger. Todd Jersey, thanks, Todd. Dave again, Dave Massell, what's your favorite drink? I'll make you a custom cup. You know what? I'm trying to get into whiskey. You know? Whiskey. You know, that's what I'm trying to get into, man. I just feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm knocking on 50. You know what I'm saying? Old dude, man. You know, it's a little classy, you know? I'll do a little. Hey, Big Rookie. 20. Thank you, Big Rookie. Curl, Wolfpack bumper stickers. We have those. We have those, Curl. It's just this damn COVID-19, sister. Jan. Thank you, Jan. Hey, Jenna. Listening to progressive voices from TYT to Jim Sterling for 10 years, none speak to the heart so consistently like yours. Freedom Fridays like political group therapy. True, Jenna. That's a good way to put it, right? Seriously. Thank you, Tim. Love you, Wolfpack. Well, thank you, Jenna. Appreciate you. Hey, Ryan, MF. Due to the cloud of asbestos New Yorkers were subjected to in 9/11, many have compromised respiratory systems. Gosh. Many have compromised respiratory systems. This is why infection rates are so high. That's horrible. That's horrible, brother. Johnson, Tristan Mendez. Omar's tweets today show she'll back Biden. Ugh. Really? LaToya Bailey. Gosh, man. Like, You know what though? I don't know. I gotta see the tweet. I gotta see. Let me see the tweet. Latanya Bailey. I forgot. Who did Biden say was his repeat pick? That's right. He has it. Vote for who again? Love you, Tim. Wolfpack. Ow! You made me do sound effects, man. Hey, Michael Gray says, what are your thoughts on federal direct ballot initiatives and liquid democracy? Federal direct bailout ballot initiatives. Federal direct ballot initiatives. My thoughts are, whatever moves our country forward in the right direction, therefore harnessing the power and the will of the people, has to be based on what's prioritized, what's most important, and the thing. If the thing is Sam Morgan, thank you, Sam. Princess Queen, great show, man. Thank you, Princess Queen. LaDon Mason, thank you as well. Ben Riley, there we go. This election and the last one are basically the Dark Knight movies. Yes, you have Gilberto Portela da Rosa. Not much, but here you go, Tim. Thank you for what you do. You and your family stay safe. Thank you, Gilberto Portela da Rosa. My brother. LeDorn. Bernie's free now to run third party. Write his name in. He ain't going to do that. Bernie's not going to run third party and lose the power he has in the Senate. He ain't going to do that. Lose his place to get legislation done. Wow, Jimmy makes about $5,000 from donations every stream. What is he doing to help his viewers? I know you would be trying to help the people, Tim. Can we donate to put extra time on the phone lines and start at like 9 on Fridays, Tim? Thanks for all you do, man. Love you, Wolfpack. We are family. Man, I don't know if I could sit in this chair for 5 hours, man. I don't know if I could do it. We could get 1 more hour. That's it. That's as long as this service goes, is 1 more hour. I guess that would make a difference, though, wouldn't it? And it's not like it would be like double the price. It's weird the way it's set up. It's like the first level is free. We're on the second level. There's only 3 levels. The second level is 3 hours. And then you got to pay like $100 a month or some crazy amount, right, for 4 hours. So that's why I've always had it at 3 hours, because the 4 hours was like so much more, and you only got 1 more hour. Tristan, G-Door recovered today. Paid for by an essential worker. I don't know what that is. David Milford. Oh, David trying to clarify his comment, because I didn't understand, David. Oh, okay. David said he was trying to ask brothers and sisters to become Bernie delegates in their state. So that's what he was trying to say earlier in his earlier comment. So become delegates for Bernie. I think Eric brought that up as well. Or was it Kiara? Kiara said something about running for something. Yeah. All right, guys. Send me the Ilhan Omar tweet. Wow. You know, I've been here before, guys. I was here in 2015, 2016, when the same thing happened. And people, you know, as far as the system, the establishment going against Bernie. And tough. Tough. Alicia, the show and your beautiful viewers. Love the show and the beautiful viewers. Thank you so much. Thank you, Alicia. I appreciate it. But we gotta stand tall, guys. Let's stand tall. We need this damn pandemic to be over with. Because I want to make plans. I want to move things forward. Kind of feels a little weird considering what's happening. But let's think about it over the weekend. About is right now a good time to kind of start something? I don't know. I'm brainstorming. I've been doing some brainstorming, thinking about some paths forward, some moves we can make. And it's just like, I want people to be safe. So it's kind of like, I feel a little weird. Like, what's going on is so serious. I know I'm worried about my parents. I know you are too. Some of you are worried about yourselves, you're worried about your kids, worried about your neighbors, worried about your job, worried about rent, worried about your mortgage. Like, I know for us, yeah, when they said that they was going to do something about your mortgage, they didn't tell us that, oh yeah, we'll give you a break on the mortgage for a month, but then you got to pay $2 next month. If I got to pay 2 mortgages, I'm basically on the street. You understand what I'm saying? That's their way of helping. So he bails out the banks. Meanwhile, we get a break. How is our break? To somehow come up with 2 mortgages in 60 days. Or 3 mortgages in 90 days. That doesn't help. That's not good, Johnson. No, that's not good. All right. You follow me? All right. All right, guys. I'm Real Tim Black on Facebook and Twitter. I am Tim Black at Night on Instagram. I love you. Stay safe. Keep people away. Just go over there. Send me an email. Shit. I love you. I just want to say I love you. I know. I hear you. Send an email. Can I get a hug? No, you can get a wave. All right. Thank you. Okay. Go that way. I just do the black, you know. My Latino brothers do that too, don't you? No? Hey, S.A. All right, homie. What's up, my brother? You know, don't have to. It's going to be different world, man. We're going to be elbow bumping. Hey. We might not even be that close. Like, oh. I'm serious, man. I take this serious. I don't have diabetes or high blood pressure. They always tell me, you're on the cusp. I've been on the cusp for 20 years. I think everybody black is on the cusp. You're on the cusp of pre-diabetic. You're on the cusp. You've been telling me that my whole life. You're on the cusp. But I take it serious, guys. Take it serious, please. I don't need, look, as hard as it is for me to get membership into the Wolfpack with all these great people and independent media around, I can't afford to lose any of y'all. Please take care of yourselves. Come on now. I want to do a tour. I want to do a 10-city tour, right? And I'm looking forward to doing that. And I need you here, and we need to be able to go places. Hey, I heard Louis C.K. put out a new comedy routine. Maybe I could do a virtual tour. Oh, I got a new service, guys, that I'm going to be offering people who join the Wolfpack. It's a meet and greet, a virtual meet and greet. So I'm going to be checking out how it works, and I'm going to be announcing that. Don't forget, text me the word cornbread to code 21,000. So text me cornbread to 21,000 and opt in to the Tim Black text group. Okay? I saw a couple people got depressed. They dropped out. I understand. Come on back to Jamaica. I know you upset. You mad. Bernie suspended his campaign. I know you're upset. We still here. We still fighting a good fight. Come on back to the text group. Come on. All right now. Cornbread to 21,000. All right, I'm out of here, guys. Be safe. I love you. And remember, don't let nobody take your cornbread. And remember my caller from Mississippi? Sprinkling facts on them works. So don't argue with them. Just sprinkle some facts on them. And look, I'm trying to learn to take my own medicine on that point. But sometimes a brother got to fight the good fight. Just know my heart is always in the right place. Well, most of the time it is. Sometimes I'm being mean because I'm getting pissed off. But other than that, usually, 90% of the time, my heart's in the right place. I love you. Be safe, y'all. Peace.